your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and of course everything you need on the all-new, all-redesigned, all-free ESPN Wisconsin app, which you can find in both the Apple and Android app stores. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson's in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And so is the Packers Hall of Famer. It is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
Hey, buddy. How are you?
I'm good.
That's good.
You want to get right into the Packers offensive line?
Let's get into Myles Garrett and Joe Flacco and whoever they have as their tailback. I'm glad you took a night off of social media. So did I. I took a night off. After seeing a little bit more than I probably wanted to, I took the rest of the night. I might take today off of social media too. I think that's kind of where my head's at.
It's important to unplug.
Yeah, you have to. Remember when a couple of years ago, that was my New Year's resolution, and you guys pouted about it, and I had to go back because it's kind of, that's where we get show topics and different ideas.
Right.
I think I might do that.
Yeah, well, we have plenty of show topics, so you didn't need social media last night.
I didn't.
Let's start with Jaden Reed, who, by the way, I would like to, again, thank everyone, especially the people who doubted me on my reporting about the Jones fracture, because not only did he undergo collarbone surgery to fix that injury that he suffered on Thursday night against the Commanders, but he also got his foot fixed, which he confirmed on his Twitter account, not to be confused with him somewhat still being under anesthesia and appearing on Instagram Live. And I don't know about you, but that, to me, was the most interesting thing I saw on social media before I unplugged yesterday.
Yeah, I did, too. That was for me, too. Jesse, how about you? I don't know. Did you, anything that you saw that you thought was maybe more interesting?
I had a pretty active night on social media last night. Yeah.
Really?
Well, what'd you do?
Barry Alvarez show?
So I was very fortunate. At the last minute yesterday, I was able to come into possession of 2 tickets to the Brewers game.
Oh, you did?
Last night, yeah.
You offered me one of them.
And I asked
Boy,
Jay.
that would have been something.
I asked my guy Jason, "Do you want to go?" He said no. He was busy. I couldn't believe
it.
Sure. So then I asked Tier 1 Tyler. He couldn't go because it was a school
night. Nice
of
you to ask him, though, after snubbing him for your little football party.
I asked Tier 1 Dave, Tier 1 John, Up North Joe. No one could go with me. And I said, you know what? I'm going to make another call here. And I called Usher George. And I said, Usher George, I know it's been a few years since you've been back at the stadium. You want to go back to the old stomping grounds with me tonight? We don't have to stay for the whole game. It's a beautiful night. They might win the World Series this year. Don't you want to be there for one if they win the World Series?
Trout's there.
Trout's going for his 400th dinger, which he almost hit to us last night.
Yeah.
And I convinced Usher George, my dad, to go to the game with me last night. So we had a great time. And he was a bigger celebrity than, I'm guessing, a number of other people who may have been there. Meeting some of his old friends, some of the old season ticket holders. Went out to the old section. His old boss is still there. It was a good time.
That's
he was
fun.
Making the rounds, seeing everybody last
night.
That's fun.
Peralta pitched great.
Great game. Yelich hit a dinger.
Yeah, it was a fun game to watch.
Magic numbers down to 7.
To win the division. Okay.
Yeah. We walk in last night and almost slipped my mind.
What?
Well, there were a bunch of ceremonial first pitches going on before the game, and usually I'm, getting a Coors Light or some nachos and not really paying too much attention.
Paying homage to Bob Uecker.
But I saw that there was this kid who had won an art contest, and he got to throw out one of the pitches. I'm like, oh, this one might be pretty good. And he goes out to the mound and fires a fastball.
He threw a great pitch.
Dart right into the cat. I'm like, ooh, that's a pretty good pitch.
How old would you say this kid was?
I'd say 16, 17-ish. He's like and I dapped him up. He threw a BB.
Yeah, that was a dart.
That's not easy to do from what I understand.
No, it is definitely not.
And then there was a season ticket holder who I think was flaunting that she was pregnant.
She went in front of the mound,
and she almost got it there. And she tossed a nice first
pretty
pitch.
Well. Yeah.
And Wisconsin men's basketball head coach Greg Gard went out to the mound. And
was he there? I didn't see him.
It was hard to tell. He kind of looked like he was a Tour Champions golfer the way he was looking out there. It was hard to tell it was him. But he fired a nice little pitch into the mound, or from the mound into home plate.
He threw from the rubber.
He did. Yeah, he threw from the rubber.
And he threw a strike.
He did. Well, it was probably closer. It was right on the edge, but it got there.
He was painting the corners.
He threw it well, yeah.
I was caught in the revelry of all those great ceremonial first pitches.
Love Gardo.
I almost forgot old number 65 in his custom Brewers jersey started walking out to the mound after all those.
Nice jersey.
Who's number 65? Do they have a 65 on the 40-man roster?
Not anymore. He didn't make it after last night. I think he got cut. He definitely was cut.
He got DFA'd?
I think if it was a tryout, it didn't go well.
Oh, boy. All right. Well,
So when do we check the tape? When do we do it?
You can run the tape. So let me give you a little backstory. Let me throw you a little backstory.
Please do, because I just want people to know that I love my guy. And I was not being completely truthful, obviously. I was being sarcastic and facetious to start the show. I saw some of the reaction, and look, I'm not a fighter, but I do believe in kindness, and obviously the pitch did not go the way we had all hoped.
So,
but don't be a jackwagon.
So there were a lot of funny responses that I saw, and I appreciated them. I did.
All-time responses.
And then there were some that I literally was looking at. I made the mistake like in the third inning.
I was worried about this.
And I looked at it, and I saw my kids see a couple things that were very rough. And that's when I just put my phone away for the rest of the night. And then, and hey, that's part of the deal. I told you yesterday. So as I was going into this, and it's, how this ended up happening, I have a great partnership with UW Credit Union. They are great partners with the Milwaukee Brewers. We did a bunch of fun stuff before the game. We upgraded tickets. We handed out balls. That video will be coming out. It was really fun. Some of the Brewer employees get to do this every game. UW Credit Union does a thing where they go up to the upper deck, the fourth level, and they bring fans. They give 4 tickets to upgrade your seat, and they put you in the lower bowl.
What a fun idea!
Yeah, it's great, and they do it every game. I was able to do that, and then I, kind of tooled around. Now I had my jersey on, and actually Eleanor said, "Is it weird that you're wearing a jersey with your own name on it?" And I said, "Yeah, maybe a little bit."
No, I love it.
But
I thought
it was
real.
All of that, like I'm telling you, the night was beautiful. Like Jesse said, a beautiful night. I was skeptical when asked to do the first pitch from the jump because I know kind of where I'm at. And I know that it was going to be, as I told you guys yesterday, it's a 50-50 shot I was going to get it there. I cannot kind of wind up like I would want to. With all that said, it was, I butchered it. I mean, I don't think there's any way I could sit here and what I thought about doing today was putting a sling around my arm.
That's exactly what I was
coming in with like a neck brace and saying, oh, well, da-da-da-da-da. But I did see someone just trumming up, and I am trumming up. I failed. I failed, and I failed miserably. But I'll say this. Anybody can throw a lob pitch in. Most people can. Can you throw a skipped cricket pitch to the degree that I did? Because the way that ball went, tell me somebody that throws a better cricket pitch than what I threw last night.
Yeah.
And as I came out, after I threw it, I was, old boy, whoever was catching, I didn't even know who was catching, comes out and said, that was the best one-hop pitch we've ever seen. That's what he told me. So you can be ordinary and lob one in, or you can shoot for the moon. And I went to throw it really hard. I saw when Greg Gard threw it hard and when Jesse's buddy, the artist, threw it really hard. I kind of put in my mind, I'm going from the mound and I'm letting it rip. I hoped that it was going to obviously go over the home plate.
Right.
It
Get
didn't,
to the dirt.
But it did not in the Homer saying it's the worst throw ever. No, get out of here. It's not the worst. It's a bad throw. It's a bad throw. But if the ball gets to home plate, I've seen people where it doesn't even get past the grass. I got it to home plate on one skip like an old stone thrower. And if you're playing cricket, it was great. Baseball sucked, cricket great. That's my half-optimistic look at this thing.
The greatest, based on the internet, the greatest cricketer of all time, the great Sir Don Bradman of Australia would have appreciated that
and you know
fantastic
what? And
pitch.
I'm not saying this subconsciously got in my head, but I was talking to Greg for a while, and we're obviously good for, Kirk Penny's on his staff. Kirk's, that's a big game over there. It's a big sport. So I don't know if subconsciously I was in homage to Kirk. I have a bunch of different things. I said I butchered it. Jesse, don't give me that look. I butchered it. Yeah, I threw a bad ball. No doubt. But
this is Kirk Penny's fault.
I'm not blaming Kirk. I'm saying it's an homage.
Does not sound like trumaning up to me.
I just said I butchered it. What else do you want me to say?
So
not
I did.
Kirk Penny's fault.
I didn't blame Kirk. I homaged it to Kirk. What are you talking about?
So if I may, the only and look, I had multiple friends who were at the game who sent me their videos. They were really excited. I got a lot of messages from fans of the show. I did not get any mean-spirited anything. There were some maybe people that were not laughing with you, but laughing at you for sure.
And that's fair.
But the one thing that I had a few people, a couple of prominent basketball coaches, including Gardo, who wanted to make sure I didn't let you get off the hook on this. And I said, I don't need to pile on.
Just wait, Gardo did that? Gardo said that?
Gardo texted me.
Okay.
Brad Fisher at UW Oshkosh, the famed women's basketball coach there, one of the great coaches in our state. Look, everybody loves Tausch. Let's start there. So we were all rooting for you. And by the way, I could tell that you were nervous yesterday, and then the video that Jesse sent me, you're coming out to the mound, and the video pans up to catch you on the Jumbotron, and you let out a very big breath. Yep. So I knew that you were nervous. My only question is, and I understand you're a stubborn guy. That's part of your charm.
Big breath.
But we tried to tell you that the pitcher's mound creates a greater level of
look at that bounce, though.
Discomfort or challenge.
Right in the strike zone on the hop.
It was right on the hop, yeah. I think that's still called a ball.
No, it was definitely a ball, yeah.
But I just don't. Was it because if Gardo throws from the edge of the pitcher's mound on the grass, are you still going on the mound?
I was going from the mound from the jump. Like it was going to happen, even though I knew in my heart of hearts, and I obviously got inundated with texts. Most of them pretty fun. One of the guys that I coach with said I need a bullpen session. There's another one that because I don't throw BP anymore because I can't throw. So I have to throw from 30 or 40 feet with a net behind me. So I have not thrown from a full mound probably, 30 years is probably where. So did I go in arrogant? I did.
You didn't think to practice that part?
I did practice. I just
from a mound?
Yes, I told you.
You did practice.
I practiced on Monday a little bit. I told you. Did you not listen yesterday? I said it was 50-50.
Did you
Good throws
from a mound?
Yes, I threw from a mound, and I never unleashed. I would kind of do this with the lob, and I went into it. After I saw it, I decided to let it rip. I was not going to lob it.
Did you warm up last night?
No, there was no warming up. By the time we got down there, it was go. It was go time. As a matter of fact, I was talking to Gardo about it. Greg has done this, I think, 3 or 4 times, and last night was his best.
Yeah, he looked good.
Yeah, he did.
He looked great.
Yeah.
All right, so you are stubborn. I appreciate you acknowledging that you were.
I didn't like Jesse saying I didn't trim it up. I am trimming up, but I also can acknowledge that if you're looking at this from a baseball standpoint, it sucked. I can't argue. But if you're looking at it from a cricket standpoint,
you're really committed to the cricket.
Well, look at the cricket pitch.
Yeah. So my next question.
It hits the wicket if you throw the pitch.
Question, and then you can tell us about something that is great, like this great cricket pitch.
Yes.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Isn't perspective key in life? Isn't perspective key? Like, I could sit here and beat myself up about throwing a horrible first pitch, and I did. Or I can look at it and say, maybe I need to start playing cricket. Maybe this is the spark to get me into cricket.
You
I
are
doubt
listening
it, but maybe.
to Tausch's Cricket Minutes. There are some conspiracy theorists out there.
Okay.
Who are of the belief that you, being the 4D chess player that you are, tanked the first pitch on purpose. I know that you're a man of honesty and integrity, so please let everyone know that this was not an intentional cricket pitch. This is just how it played out.
I have of the belief that I will let people feel their feelings. That's what I'll say.
So you're not going to correct.
I will say this. I knew going in it was a 50-50 shot. I knew that. And I, for a myriad of reasons, still wanted to go do it. And as I told you yesterday, I tried to give a prelude to this, that this could happen. And maybe did I talk myself into it? Maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just at this point in my life, I should probably check out of the first pitch game because I don't physically it's 50-50, and that's not good. Is that not good enough? Mm-hmm. I'm not giving any excuses. I knew going in it was 50-50.
Well, I just want to thank you for your service. I want to thank you for waving to the crowd on your way out to the mound.
Great wave.
I was as happy when I saw that wave.
You know what I just love is that everything, and this is one of the things that I think you, as you know, if you want to say a public figure or whatnot, you're always going to be critiqued, always, and especially with working with you. And I appreciate you saying thank you on the wave because that was for you. I probably would not have done that to the degree that I did had you not tried to take away a great moment that I had up at Lambeau and crush me for something that was, I thought, pretty minuscule. So that one was for you last night. So I hope you appreciated that.
And I hope you appreciate how beloved you are. And just as you were cheered, second loudest cheer, maybe third behind Micah Parsons, but it was Micah Parsons, Mike McCarthy, and Mark Tauscher.
And I'll tell you this, last night, I don't know if it was because, I think it was more this was the part I was really nervous about too. So after the first pitch debacle / cricket, beautiful cricket pitch.
Beautiful.
However you want to frame it. I frame it my way. Not going to tell you can't frame it your way. Then they tell me they're doing a lookalike contest. And I didn't think that was going to go well. Obviously, I'm a heavy-set fella by some I am, but I am. So I didn't know who they were going to put up there with the lookalike deal. They had like a Ed O'Neill and somebody else, and I'm sitting next to Max, and I'm thinking, okay, because they gave me a heads up. Hey, we're coming to pan to the camera to you, blah blah blah, and luckily, I don't know what the dude that they framed thought as they put it. I wasn't mad. Like it was good, and that part of the night. So really, everything about last night was great. If it's through the eyes of a cricketer, if it's through the eyes of a baseball pitcher, the pitch sucked and that was rough. But everything else about the night was great.
So my buddy Phil Aiello was at the game, and he sent me, obviously, the video of the pitch. But then he sent me the lookalikes thing, and the picture that he took anyway, it has a picture of you as the voice of the color analyst of Badger football, and then the lookalike is you.
No,
so
there was a lookalike too. There was a lookalike, and it was.
I was a little confused by that.
No, there was I think 3 lookalikes, and then I got Mark Antanasio was sitting next to me, so I got to talk to him for a little bit. Pat Murphy was awesome. The kids got pictures with him and talked to him for a little bit. So again, everything about the night, but the horrific first pitch / great cricket throw was great. So thank you to the Milwaukee Brewers. Thank you to UW Credit Union. And I am officially, I think what I'm going to do as kind of a punishment for myself for the poor throw, I will talk cricket if you guys put that on the show sheet. I am taking a 1-week break from the Milwaukee Brewers baseball because I think that's probably punishment for me. For me.
They're going to clinch the division
I understand,
in the first round bye.
If it happens in the week, I will excuse myself, and then I will come back.
So if Brian Anderson joins us at some point here in the next week.
He was killing me. I'm getting all kinds of texts. BA was killing me. Was he on the broadcast last night, or whoever was on the broadcast?
Levering was doing it with Gardo last
Levo.
night. Yeah, your guy.
Levo got after me. That was Levo then.
Wait, so you're initiating this?
Well,
does a self-ban, or did the Brewers say, "Hey, thank you for your efforts. Can you take a week off of talking about us, please?"
Take 2 weeks off and quit is the genesis of it. I'll leave it up to you guys. I felt like after last night with the, my baseball acumen that I probably should take a beat. But if you guys, I'll leave it up to the democracy of Wilde Tausch.
Well, you don't want to leave your windows up to some whatted organization. You want to make sure you get the best in the business, just like the best cricket pitch you've ever seen at a baseball game. Mm-hmm. And that means Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
And when a customer chooses Pella, one of the most important things to them is honoring that trust and commitment. A lot of customers might have apprehensions about inviting someone out to their home, someone out to the pitcher's mound. But when you see the experience and professionalism, not from me, but from Pella, you can trust them with bringing your project to life. Their vision is to be the company that people want to do business with. Order by the end of the month. Get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today to learn more. Look at that. Right into the wicket. Huh?
It was a sticky wicket, yes. We're going to talk to Brian Bulaga at some point.
What are the odds? Let me ask you guys this. What are the odds if you both throw from the mound at 60 feet, 6 inches, you throw a strike? Like, what do you think the odds are people do that? Because Matt Hamilton threw a really good pitch. Jesse showed me the video yesterday. He did great.
Yeah.
Most are short. Most will short hop, and it's a ball.
Most are going to short hop it.
So, how would you guys do if you did that?
I think I'd be all right.
Okay. Well, you thought you could play second base for the Mound.
I still think I could play second base for 1 inning for the Mallards.
Jason, you think you'd be fine?
I don't know if I would throw a strike. I think I would get it to the plate.
Okay.
But I don't Gardo made a nice pitch, but
he did.
Would the home plate umpire, would Robo ump have called it a strike?
No, it would have been a ball, but it was a good pitch.
Right. So, I would.
Well,
I would
there's good news. I was able to secure, and you will be able to throw out a first pitch next year. So that's
at a Brewers game. Yeah, people don't even know who I am.
You know how they introduced me yesterday?
No, I don't.
So they went through Packer, Badger, but then it is host of the, I don't know if they said popular or wildly pop or wildly popular. They said Wilde and Tausch
Did they
radio
really?
program.
Wilde and Tausch radio
as I'm walking up to the mound.
Yeah? Oh, yeah.
Which was cool until I threw that cricket pitch.
No, it's still cool.
Yeah, no, I thought it was awesome.
Noticeably, our numbers are down today. That's interesting.
It's funny how that works.
Now.
The numbers spiked.
We got to get ready for Brian Bulaga. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. Catholic Memorial Football.
Barreling towards the end zone, and he's in! Isaac Miller!
The Crusaders host New Berlin West on Friday night.
All the way into the end zone! Camden Shumpert!
Crusaders football is brought to you by R&R Insurance, D&M Accounting and Consulting Services, Curative Care, Home Sealed Exteriors, and Tony Wendorf and Associates. Tune in Friday starting at 6:30 on 94.5 ESPN with kickoff at 7. Also watch the live video stream at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and the Pickler Menominee Falls is now open. Your home for pickleball. 9 premium indoor courts with unlimited play, leagues, tournaments, and clinics all included in your membership. Sign up today for open play spots or check out Learn to Play sessions and clinics. Members get 4 clinics a month included. Memberships start at just $119 a month. Check out all the options at thepickler.com. That's PICKLR.com. And I'll see you on the court.
At Great Midwest Bank, we've been serving Southeast Wisconsin homeowners for 90 years. Wait, 2025 minus 1935? 90 years. Wow. In our 90 years as a community bank, we've learned a lot about the values of the people who live and work here and appreciate the loyal customers that have made Great Midwest Bank who we are today. Find a location at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Get ready to say goodbye to those bland seltzers at the ballpark. Carbless is proudly Wisconsin-born, crafted by real people. A husband and wife team who wanted better cocktails in a can. They're locally made and blissfully better. Carbless offers a bold, true cocktail flavor that's made for baseball fans. Available in fan-favorite flavors like lemon lime, black raspberry, cranberry, and mango. Bringing the craft cocktail bar to your seat. Refreshment that matches the energy of American Family Field is Carbless. Full of flavor, no sugar, and no carbs. Just game day bliss.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Why Z-Bart? Because you don't want rust holes in your expensive vehicle. Let Z-Bart keep the rust away with professional rust protection. Only at Z-Bart.
Preparations continue for the Green Bay Packers as they get ready for their first road game of the season Sunday in Cleveland against the 0-2 Browns. Quarterback Jordan Love joined the Rich Eisen Show on Tuesday and potentially foreshadowed things to come for the Packers offense.
The fun part about it is there's still plays that we haven't hit on, some really big explosive plays that, once we start hitting those, we're going to take off.
I imagine part of that plan is rookie wide receiver Matthew Golden, who only has 2 catches for 16 yards through the first 2 weeks of his NFL career. We will see Sunday in the Dog Pound. I'm Alex Stroh.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Why Z-Bart? Because cars, trucks, and SUVs still rust. They do. Just look around the parking lot. Well, it doesn't have to happen, people. Google Z-Bart rust protection, call Z-Bart, and keep your car rust-free.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just for you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Get ready for Brian Bulaga. But I mentioned both Gardo and Brad Fisher saying I can't let you slide as part of their text, but I want to read Brad's full one in defense of my guy Tausch.
Okay.
Oh, man, you can't let Tausch slide on that first pitch. He was a hell of a baseball player.
I was a good player. I wasn't a pitcher, though.
Right, so I wanted to ask you, because I heard Canty and Michelle and Evan getting after you a little bit, but Canty paid you a compliment as well about what a good athlete you have been.
I was.
And not just as an NFL player, but I think, and Evan chimed in on it as well.
Were you aware this was getting national discussion this morning?
I just know Evco was on this from the jump and sending all kinds of stuff, and he was doing I'm not going to say, but I'm going to, and then he kept texting, like, watch ESPN you and do this, and I said, no, I'm taking a page out of Wilde's book today. I'm watching Good Morning America.
Good lines.
I don't need. I'm good. I got Stephanopoulos. Now, if it's on Stephanopoulos, then I know. Then I think I'm going to call in sick if that was it.
Well, quite frankly, they are part of the Disney family together, so I'm glad to see it didn't make it all the way up to GMA. But what I wanted to bring up before we get to Brian was this. So we know anybody who's listened to the show has heard this story multiple times, about how you and the Auburndale Apaches go to the high school, the WIAA state high school basketball tournament, and the Badgers coaches see you playing basketball, and they see your feet, and not your like gross gnarly feet that you have, but your footwork.
Yep.
And you become a walk-on at the University of Wisconsin. It's the start of it's the origin story of your incredible journey to playing 11 years of the NFL. You played baseball. What kind of player were you? Because I do think, in fairness, the NFL took a toll on that body of yours.
It has, and especially and I've told you guys, the last 6-7 months, it's been it's not been great. But the baseball, I was a good baseball player, but I was never like a great pitcher. I pitched, but that's because we're a very small school. If I was at a Sun Prairie or a Wanakee or one of these programs, I would not have ever pitched. I was a really good hitter. And I would make an argument that you could say, so my experiences at AmFam Field have been really good. Obviously, last night, the pitch/cricket, depending on how you look at it. How many people have spiked a first pitch and hit 3 or 4 home runs at that field? How many people?
Brooks Kieschnick.
Maybe Kieschnick. Maybe Kieschnick.
You and Shohei.
Yeah, maybe. So,
Madison
listen, man, I am fine. Throw all the stuff you want at me. I'm going to look at it from my perspective. You guys can look at it from yours. Both can be right, but it's now the question is, moving forward, what do? And I think it's going to be we live with the good and we live with the bad.
Well, it sounds to me like you should take a page not only out of my book and watch GMA, but you should also take a page out of Jaden Reed's book and replace your knee and your shoulder at the same time before you throw your next pitch.
Maybe.
I don't know what the line is on that at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, but I know I'm taking the more or over.
Indeed, and it's the Hard Rock Casino Rockford features over 175,000 square feet of gaming and entertainment space, more than 1,300 slots, 50 live table games, a sports book, and a rock shop. The Hard Rock Live Entertainment Venue, 23,000 square feet of premium concert and event space. Jesse, what did you go down there? Did you watch something?
Saturday night we were down there just for fun.
Was there no show? But
there was a show going on.
The big fight? They probably had the big fight up in the sports
book. Big fight was on the big screen. Yeah, Legends of Rock, I think, was a show going. It was like a tribute band to a bunch of the 80s rock bands.
And we're going to try to get Dolly Parton down there. I don't know if we will, but that's another one. They can get all the way up to 2,000 guests. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, a premier entertainment destination just off I-90 in Rockford, Illinois.
Brian Bulaga joins us next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Wisconsin sports fans, Brian Bulaga here for my friends at Surfside. Football season is back, and we're bringing you your tailgate must-have. There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your home team. Made with real vodka and real brewed tea, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Ask for it at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025. Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
Preparations continue for the Green Bay Packers as they get ready for their first road game of the season, Sunday in Cleveland against the 0-2 Browns. Quarterback Jordan Love joined the Rich Eisen Show on Tuesday and potentially foreshadowed things to come for the Packers offense.
The fun part about it is there's still plays that we haven't hit on, some really big explosive plays that, once we start hitting those, we're going to take off.
I imagine part of that plan is rookie wide receiver Matthew Golden, who only has 2 catches for 16 yards through the first 2 weeks of his NFL career.
This has been your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Family's bigger? Out of space? We can help you find a new place. Just make Tri-City your first call. We're here to help, loan large or small. Tri-City National Bank, equal housing lender, NMLS 433891.
This is Kevin Moret from Mentality. Every day is a silent competition, and with testosterone dropping 1% annually, you're fighting an uphill battle. Your colleagues notice when you lose your edge, your partner senses when your confidence wavers, and without addressing low T, you're set up to fail. No willpower can overcome this hormonal deficit. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments have shown a 30% increase in testosterone levels. Don't let low T define you. Reclaim your power at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
Now through Wednesday, save on 48-ounce selected varieties Stone Ridge ice cream, 2 for $7. 7-ounce selected varieties Banquet pot pies, 5 for $5. 4 to 6-count selected varieties Dannon multi-pack yogurt, 2 for $6. 6 to 12-count selected varieties Ice Mountain spring water, 2 for $5.
I am starving.
Oh no, never walk into a Century when you're hungry.
Unless it's free sample day. Ooh, pizza, yes. I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against Chicago on December 7th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
I'm shopping at Century alone next time.
Enter by November 12th.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, the Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. To book your next tee time, call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com. Enjoy golf. Enjoy the Bog.
Brian Bulaga on Wilde Tausch is brought to you by Surfside. Surfside iced tea and vodka and Surfside lemonade and vodka. It's light, refreshing, and has 0 bubbles. It's perfect for a day on the golf course or a day at American Family Field. Cheers to Surfside.
City we're in, but when I go back home, I've got some famous friends. Yeah,
I do. You know what that music means? And I have been looking forward to this conversation since watching the Packers choose to go with Anthony Belton over Darian Kennard at right tackle. Yes, I'm a little bit of an offensive line nerd because I get to spend a lot of time with 2 of the best to ever do it in a Packers uniform. Joining us now is Brian Bulaga. Brian, good morning. How are you?
Good. How you guys doing?
Well, I feel compelled to ask, and then we'll move forward. Have you ever thrown out a ceremonial first pitch, given all your incredible success I know you've been awarded the America Needs Farmers Award at Iowa. You're a very highly decorated, highly successful NFL player. Have you ever thrown out a first pitch?
Yeah, I've thrown one out at Comiskey, or it was U.S. Cellular, White Sox Stadium, and I threw one out at Miller Park as well after the Super Bowl.
And did you throw a cricket pitch in either of those situations?
I did not. I threw a strike.
You threw 2 strikes?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I'd like to see let's see the video. Pull that up.
What a good friend he is. Like, he so did not want to say that he did that.
He was hesitant. I'd like to see it. I believe Brian threw strikes, but
Yeah.
How would you do now?
You'd have to go back
verify.
Right now?
Yeah. No problem.
They would probably not be. They would probably not be strikes.
Okay.
They would not be strikes. No,
Would it be
not right
closer
now.
than that was?
Listen, I cannot confirm nor deny it would be closer than that one. I can't say it would be closer.
It's always easy from. I'm going to say this, Blue. Everything's easier from the cheap seats, man. This media stuff. Everything's easier from the cheap seats.
I totally get it. I totally understand. Listen, when I threw out those first pitches, I was a young man.
Fresh.
Yep. You know, there's no doubt about it. I was a young man. When I threw out the White Sox one, I had not even begun playing golf at that point. That was when I went to Miller Park as well, and that's when I hit the 14 home runs at Miller Park.
14.
Wait, you had 14 home runs?
Now
Holy
you've stung him. I just want you to know.
No.
Yeah.
Listen, man.
Yeah.
Bulaga's a first-round pick. He's a much better athlete than I am. I'm not. I've never once said anything different. 14's a lot of 14's a lot of home runs. I had two trips. I had two trips, and I think I got to 4 or 5 in both trips. You using an aluminum bat or are you using wood?
No, I use wood.
All right. You know what? Maybe I'm gonna take myself out of this.
Brian, it's been great having you. We'll talk to you next week.
He's thrown 2 seeds and he's hit 14 home runs in 1 appearance. I threw a great cricket pitch and hit 5 in 2 appearances. Brian, will you take over when we do Brewers talk? When we just call you and you jump in? I'm going to take a beat.
Listen, I played a lot of baseball. I know you played baseball too. I loved baseball growing up. Probably to the point where it was. I loved playing it. My dad loved baseball more than he loved football. To be dead honest with you, he enjoyed it way more than football. It was something he enjoyed way more. So that's what I was into when I was growing up. So before I even picked up a golf club, obviously before I got to the NFL, a baseball swing was the most natural thing, right? There was no bad habits of a golf swing and a baseball swing. So when I went to Miller Park, that's the only thing I knew was a baseball swing. So it was so natural swinging a baseball bat. Now, I don't think I can hit a wiffle ball because all it is a golf swing. It's embarrassing.
Well, just pitch it low. You get one of those cricket pitches. You'll rip that thing right out of the park. Maybe cricket might be the game because that's more golf swing. I've been working hard at cricket. Maybe we'll get this thing going. We'll get this cricket thing going.
Tausch has gone from top flight tennis player and baseball player to a pickleball player and a cricket player now.
Yeah, getting old is rough, man. Getting old is rough.
All right, Brian, we do want to get your insights from what we saw on the offensive line.
Can I jump? We'll get offensive line in a minute, but the Jaden Reed, we've unfortunately both. I've had shoulder surgery, a couple of reconstructed knees. Do you remember, because I know Sarah will always say that I maybe was at my sweetest when I was loaded up on morphine post-op. And I don't know what Jaden Reed is on when he is on this. Jesse, do you have that audio?
No.
Okay. Well, he doesn't have the audio. But when he does, Jaden Reed sounds like he is just waking up from that surgery. Do you have any of those, where you just are coming back from, one of your surgeries with the morphine or whatever you were on?
Oh, yeah. That's and he had the double, right? He had 2.
I was told that he didn't have a Jones injury is what I was told.
Yeah, some people. No, he did.
He did, but Jason reported it, and then people got mad at Jason. Yeah.
Okay.
So, Brian, I'm curious. So I talked about this with Alex Strofe, and Tausch and I were on the same page there because that's where I wanted to go before the offensive line. What I didn't get, and I was thinking about America's Funniest Home Videos, frankly. That's the kind of stuff that people do, right? You see, if you ever watch Alfonso Ribeiro, they're coming back from having their wisdom teeth pulled, and they think it's funny to record them. You would have never, Sarah and Abby would not have done that to you, right? And it was live. You didn't have editorial control. And my favorite part is that then he starts to swear, and whoever's idea was to take him live, it kind of ends the session then. Oh, okay, all right, that's enough. That's
what
enough.
if he had gotten into I can't believe they drafted a wide out in the first round?
That's exactly what I was thinking. We didn't need Golden, man. I'm good enough. I can do it.
The truth serum is the ultimate truth serum. It's just the truth serum. Oh, I mean, when you come out of surgery and you have the ultimate gas in you, man, like anything could come out. It could be anything. You could say anything, and it's. I'm actually shocked that they. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I would imagine maybe a significant other was with him, and they put him on live, and interesting decision.
Yeah, hey.
Interesting decision.
Yeah. Hey,
it's a new league. It's a new league, as we all say. It's a new league.
It is, yeah. And hey, you can do whatever you want, and Lord knows things go viral quickly. I am curious from a purely football perspective. I mean, look, the catch he makes on the play he gets hurt on is ridiculous. It's a phenomenal throw by Love, and it's a phenomenal catch. Unfortunately, it doesn't count because of a Anthony Belton holding penalty, and we'll get to him during tackle talk coming up. But how do you look at where their offense is? Because what I said was that they're basically now missing two guys that are unique in their skill sets because they don't have Watson, who's on PUP, and I think Reed does a bunch of different things. And I'm not saying that Matthew Golden can't pick up the slack or Dontavion Wicks can't pick it up, but it packaged into one guy, he does pretty much everything. Like they can have Savion Williams take some of it, and they can have Wicks take some of it, and they can have Golden take some of it. But he's a guy that does all those things. So not having him, how does that affect this offense for the next couple of months?
Yeah, I mean, I think it does because he's kind of like a Swiss Army knife a little bit, right? Like, I mean, he does a little bit of everything, and this season so far, I get it's a small sample size, right? It's 2 games. But he's done a lot of things really well so far, right? I mean, and he's been dealing with the injury, right? With the foot injury, and he's kind of been showing a lot of toughness and kind of showing kind of what LaFleur's been wanting from this team. What people have kind of been questioning about this football team, toughness and things like that. He's been pushing through that, right? This foot injury, and he's been kind of dealing with that, and he's been performing well. And he's been playing well, and now you remove him from the equation, and I get they have weapons, right? And now they have Golden, but you remove that piece from the puzzle, and now you got to try to fill in a guy that can do all these different little gadget things, and a guy that can run the deep route, and he can run the intermediate route, and he's good in motion, and you can give him jet sweeps and all these different things, and eventually, right, like, I get you have Savion Williams and Golden and things like that, but do you want to continue to overload rookies with all these responsibilities? And that's the question, right? Like, I don't know if LaFleur is going to, well, he may not have an option, but he doesn't want to do that at this point because he hasn't done that at this point. Right? Like, I mean, if that was something that he wanted to do, he would have done that already. And he hasn't done that. Now he's going to have to, because this is going to become a numbers game as we start to see the season roll on, right? Injuries and things pop up. We don't know when Watson's going to come back. They give him a new contract. It gives them a little time to, make sure that knee is ready, right? It gives them a little bit more of time to make sure that knee's fully ready. So I'm not saying that the offense can't survive. It'll survive. It's just there's going to have to be a little more creativity in how they, work these guys into positions and get them, into certain scenarios that benefits each guy's skill set. And I get it. Easier said than done. But I think Matt, as a, creative offensive mind, can do it. It's just when you remove a guy like that, right, like Reed, it makes things difficult because guys have to pick up the slack, right? I mean, and we've seen in the past, like last year, when weren't performing at a high level, right? Someone was performing good, and then the level would drop. No one was picking up the slack, right? Like, and that was the issue last year that I thought kind of hurt the receiving group, right? Like a guy was performing well, all of a sudden his level dropped, and no one was there to pick that slack up. So, like, that's the only thing that concerns me
This
a little bit.
is Wilde Tausch.
Uh-oh, Jesse, what is going on there?
We're good. I got
just adding a little music.
Weird things going on here. Sorry.
Oh, man. But that's the only thing. But I think they can do it. It's just now you got to obviously keep that room healthy as possible. And again, that's sometimes out of your control, but that's the only thing I would say.
So
no audio. Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you are.
So apparently Jesse would like us to go to break.
Well,
is that what we're doing?
No. I don't know what's going on here with this computer. We got some weird going on.
Is it like you're playing, then I can't be heard? Let's fix that. And then we can go an extended period with Brian after we get everything repaired.
Good idea.
More with Brian Bulaga. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
This year, it just feels different.
Swing and a miss! He struck him out!
Listen to WTMJ as the Brewers make their charge to the postseason. Brewers playoff coverage is presented by the Neurospine Center of Wisconsin and featured by Annex Wealth Management, Boucher Automotive, and Delta Dental. We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Even your pickiest eater will say yes to this. Crispy chicken tenders are now at Cousin Subs. Perfect on their own with a favorite dipping sauce, or stacked in one of our 2 new subs, Classic Crispy Chicken or Bold Buffalo Ranch Crispy Chicken. Made with quality chicken and served on our fresh baked bread. It's a mealtime win for kids and grown-ups. But hurry, these crispy favorites are only here for a limited time. Order in store, online, or on the app today. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Progressive's Teen Driver discount could lower the cost of insurance for your teenager and save you some money. And then you can still spend money on them. Because just when you think you have a grasp on spending, new sneakers. And then it's money for a school field trip. And of course, spending money. Oh yeah, and a new phone to replace the one they dropped in the toilet. Oh, don't remind me. So just get Progressive's Teen Driver discount. And then you can continue to spend money on them endlessly. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states and subject to terms and conditions.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Our office computers were from like 2012.
What? They had computers then?
Yeah, I don't know much about new tech.
Apparently.
So I went to Staples and saved big on an AI-powered HP laptop and HP OfficeJet Pro printer, which also came with 3 months of free instant ink.
And we're back in this century. During Staples HP Tech Event, save up to 35% on HP printers and up to 40% on AI-powered HP PCs.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app. Into 11/1 select models only. Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves. Are you talking about the One collection? Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart. The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment. The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's. To find the Kessler's nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Packers fans, your next quick trip run could score you the ultimate win.
cruising into tailgate season in a brand new Chevy Silverado RST, or blazing the trails on a new Polaris Sportsman 570, or grilling like an MVP with your new Pit Boss Ultimate Liftoff Griddle. Whoa, every dollar you spend at Quick Trip with Quick Rewards earns you a point in the Packers fan zone. So come in and get winning. No purchase necessary. Full details at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
I've got some famous friends you probably never heard of, but back in Rutherford County, our crowd is second to none. You might not know them here in this big city we're in, but when I go back home, I've got some famous friends. Yeah, I do.
Jesse, do I need to be nervous about there being ghosts in the machine for the second part of our Brian Bulaga time?
Probably, but I think we're okay now.
Okay. I know you're on top of it. We've got, well, not our best people on it, but we've got you on it. All right, Brian, let's talk some offensive line on Tackle Talk. I don't know about you, but I thought because of the nature of the week, right? Short week, no actual practices, that because they went to Darian Kennard when Zach Tom went out against the Lions, that they would start Kennard. I thought maybe there was a chance they would rotate Belton in, but he didn't have any practices to get ready during the week. They just did walkthroughs. And instead, Belton starts, they rotate for 2 series each, and then the rest of the way it's all Belton. What did you think of the decision? What do you think it means moving forward? And what did you think about how the rookie second-round pick played?
Yeah, I mean, I was shocked when I saw the official lineup, right? Like when they rolled out there. I thought Kennard would get the start, like I think everyone else did, based on how the substitutions went in the Lions game. Listen, I thought Belton played fine overall, right? I think he did a nice job for the most part overall. I get the holding call on the touchdown that Reed unfortunately got hurt on. That was just a lack of getting out of position on the pass off on the twist and kind of getting a little bit sloppy with his feet, getting his waist over his toes and kind of lean a little bit, not sliding his feet and leaning a little bit and grabbing and getting the holding call. So I mean that's really all that was, and it looks like he cleaned that up as the game went on. He got a lot better, right? It looked like as the game went on in pass pro reps. Kept his upper body out because he is a big guy. Like he is a very big guy, and he got what it looks like during the draft process people clamor over, right? Long arms and things like that. It looks like he used that very effectively as the game went on, right? He kept his upper body out of a lot of things, and he used a quick punch quite effectively in the second half, and he kept guys off him, got his hands on people quick, and he did a good job, right? And I think after that first half, or after those first couple series, he settled in, and I thought he played well. So I would say going forward, he earned a lot of trust throughout that game. What that means this week, it's a different guy that he's going to see. I don't think Washington necessarily had anyone from a pass rushing standpoint. I get Von Miller's there, but Von Miller's not the same Von Miller that you would have seen 5-6 years ago, right? I mean, Von Miller is not the Von Miller that, say, I would have seen in Denver. We'll just put it that way. It's not the same Von Miller. Who he will see this week in Cleveland is right. A real pass rusher. That is Myles Garrett. That is a guy that you have to be very concerned about. And that is a true test. And how you block him, that's not just an Anthony Belton problem. That is a Green Bay Packer problem, right? Like that, like you get that's Belton's going to have to work because I highly doubt Myles Garrett's going to move around a bunch. Right, he's going to plant himself over Anthony Belton probably majority of the game.
Blue, won't that allow them to slide and, the old 2-3 jet pep and some of the stuff that we would do?
Yeah.
I would think if I'm Jeff Halfley, I'm not going to just line up Micah Parsons and say, beat this guy. I want him bouncing around. You think Myles Garrett, they're just going to say, if Zach Tom's not playing, we got a young guy, we call him Fish. You think that's just going to be the case, and if they want to slide protections that allows everybody else, where it's coming? You think that's how they would approach that?
Well, if you see how Cleveland does a lot of things with Myles Garrett, he does a bunch of twists and stunts where he will loop all the way back around to the center. Like, you watch what he did against Cincinnati a bunch. There are a bunch of clips of how they got after Joe Burrow. He was doing twists and looping all the way back around to the center and getting home. So, they're sliding to him, but he is wrapping all the way back around to the opposite A-gap and getting home. So, yeah, you can slide out to him, but then he's beating everyone back around to the inside, and the center is sliding all the way out there trying to pick up the 3-tech. And by the time the center gets to the 3-tech, he's not even seeing Myles Garrett wrap back around. And then obviously the guard on the opposite side is man on blocking, and Myles Garrett's coming scot-free through the A-gap.
Blue, what did you like best when you knew they were going to give help, whether it was sliding or what, as a tackle when you were going against one of the big dogs? What did you like for help? To me, I always liked just having a tight end in tight to slow that first step down. Was kind of what I always liked, and if it was a nudge or a bump, I thought sometimes a chip from a running back actually hurt us because you're setting, and sometimes the back will get tangled in your feet or something. What did you like, and what would if you were going against Myles Garrett, who's still an absolute stud? What help if of course you'd lock everybody up, but if you didn't, how would you approach? How would you want that help to come?
I would like it just the exact same way you said, because. And some points when you say, do you want the slide to you, you can't count on the guard being there. When, you're going to get the slide to you, that doesn't mean the guard's going to be there, because if the 3-tech rushes wide, the guard can't come out to you. It just can't happen, because the center then has to almost sprint out to you. But if they bring a pressure, because most likely if you get the slide out to you, that means the center has to ID to the backer out there. And if the backer shows any threat of even triggering, the center has to hold. So that means the guard is locked on the 3-tech, and you're not even getting.
And that's why Mike Zimmer, that old mug linebackers up, it forced you to declare and set, and then they'd bail out. But your protection is it's very hard to help when you bring those linebackers up, because you have to respect the fact that they can shoot the gap, and if you don't do that, your quarterback's going to get killed.
Yep. So I always preferred, like you said, a tight end in tight. He doesn't even have to sometimes even hit the D end.
Yep.
Right? It's just to release. The tight end or the defensive end has to take that half-second stutter step to get around the tight end, readjust his path to get into his rush. That allows you then as a tackle to take your set and read what he's going to do, right? It allows you to get that extra half second to process what that defensive end's going to do. If it's going to be a stunt or a twist, you see it right away. You can tell if he's going to essentially, because the rusher has to tell you if that half second, is he going, if he's going straight into power, is he going, okay, I got to go into speed? You can see that almost right away. And that's what that does. It doesn't have to be a chip or a thump from the tight end. It could just be from alignment. I don't like when the running back does it, because you don't know where that running back is. You just don't. And most of the time, the defensive end sees the running back. So he can just spin on a dime, and you don't even know it, right? Like the running back could be, you can feel like you have that defensive end in perfect shape. He sees that running back, he just spins on a dime, and you're not even expecting it, and bang, like you're beat. And you're
or
just
you get chipped off your block. Like if a running back is really good at chipping, they'll chip you off. So I'm with you on that. There's no doubt, and I'm sure there's going to be everything in the playbook to block Myles Garrett and help out whoever is going to end up playing. What did you think of the rest of the crew? What did you think of Jordan Morgan's game? And where do you see, because I think right now the run game isn't where the Green Bay Packers want it. What did you kind of see when you watched the film?
Yeah, I mean, it's still, I think, what was Jacobs at? 3.7. I mean, these two games, he was at 3.6 and then 3.7. If I looked at the stats correctly the other day. I mean, obviously, way below where they need to be, right? Like, I mean, we look at this offense, and I think everyone would say, if we want this offense, I mean, listen, they're scoring points. We know that, which is great, right? I mean, the pass game is very productive, but I think where this offense would like to be is Jacobs averaging around 4.2, 4.3 a game, right, and being in that 100 to 120 yard, category. And they're quite a bit away from that right now, right? And there's a couple reasons for that. I think right now, part of that, I mean, I don't want to like heap it all on changes, right? Like changes from, guys getting hurt and things like that, because we saw week one, they had their starters in there for majority, obviously most of the game, right? And Detroit did a great job in the first half. What they did was load the box, and they took a lot of things away from Green Bay, and Detroit did a great job. The second half, we saw more production out of the run game because Green Bay, they made some changes in the run game, and it became more effective and more productive. This week, I think obviously with the changes made in the lineup, not that Jordan Morgan is like, I kind of consider Jordan Morgan a starter at this point, right? Like I that's how I look at him as a player, because he's gotten so many reps with the ones and in camp and then in preseason and how he's been moved around, that I consider him a starter. Maybe not at left guard as his like ultimate position, but that's what he is. That's how I look at him. I just think that they're not, from a double team standpoint, climbing to linebackers and getting to second level and securing second level blocks as effectively as they were last year up to this point. Last year, they were getting Jacobs better looks to the second level than what they have at least up to in 2 games right now, right? So if I look at what's going on right now, like first level looks fine right now. Like they're securing first level. Too many the linebackers are too free at this point, right? Like they're not climbing to secure second level, and linebackers are too free, getting free looks at Jacobs. And he's obviously, we all know, if like Bobby Wagner is sitting there in the hole free, Jacobs isn't going to go too far, right? Like that's why you're going to average 3.7 yards or 3.6. I mean, you're just not going to go anywhere if you're getting contacted at 2.5 yards. You're just not going anywhere. So to me, that's where I see the biggest issue is it's securing the second level on these double teams. And they've been trying different things, right? I've seen a lot of pulling. There's been a lot of like pulling of these offensive linemen, which to me is way different of schemes that I've seen from LaFleur, right? Like, I mean, by all means, like we were not a pulling type offensive line like that. I mean, we didn't have any bodies that were pullers. Like we just weren't. Like we were not that type of group. These are bigger guys, right? Like they're bigger. Like you look at the Beltons and guys like they're massive human beings, and Banks and these, like they're gonna pull them because they're huge, and that's the type of scheme they're looking to get more into. And if that's what they're looking to get into, you may see more of that, like, 3 yards in a cloud of dust type scheme. But that's not, that's maybe something that my eyes have to get adjusted to as this season goes on, right? Like maybe that's what I have to get used to seeing on tape, that they're looking to get into more, because you're seeing a lot of like a guard pull and a tackle pull, and they're leading up into a hole, which, like, I'm going to be dead honest with you. Yeah, that was in the playbook. I remember my rookie year, like I would always be like, you guys better not call that when I'm in there, because I am not pulling. Like I do not want to do that. I remember like we would do that and jog through, and I would look at Steno. I'd go, you guys better not call that when I'm in there, because I am not pulling. I do not want to do that. Like, And he would just like laugh at me. I'm like, no, dude, like I'm serious. Like that sounds terrible. Like there's just certain guys that like it fits them really well, and some guys like me, like just not a good idea. Like, but with the, I'm just being real. Like I could single pull like myself to the outside to the right, but like pulling across the ball, like oof. Maybe when I was young, maybe when I was a rookie, that'd be a good idea. But like, but they did do that when I was a rookie. When it was a pull play, they would switch me and Cliff. Like obvious sign that a pull was coming. Like, hey, you and Cliff are switching positions in the middle of a game. I wonder what's happening.
Oh.
But yeah, go look at the Philly playoff game. Just and look at what's going to happen.
Big clip you didn't want to pull either, huh?
Yeah. Hey, I wonder what's happening. The right tackle or left tackle switched. But it was it just they're doing different schemes, and maybe that's taking some adjustment with how I guess you would look at maybe Sean Ryan, who's been in the scheme that he's been in for a while, to get adjusted to it. Elton as well as the center getting adjusted to it. Rasheed Walker also has been in that scheme for a while, that how they've been doing it, getting adjusted to things. There's a lot of moving parts when you do things differently, right? And I'm not making excuses for anybody. I don't want to make, because like they're still doing zone and they're still doing things, but there are moving parts with what they're doing. And I just think that if they're going to be if they need to be more effective, they have to get to the second level better. And that's where I see the biggest glaring like negative for them right now. Because it was obvious to me in the Detroit game, like they were cutting guys loose big time in Detroit game. Linebackers were getting downhill and getting through gaps and double teams pretty clean. And then it was they weren't as clean in against Washington, but still they weren't climbing and getting the movement up to the second level as we saw last year. So like that's something they need to do a lot more effectively if we want those numbers to climb like we saw last year. And like with the schemes with Jacobs, if you want duo and things like that and that type of blocking scheme in zone, and you want to be able to create huge running lanes, that is what you need. You need to be able to climb to the second level and cut gaps off, right? You need to be able to get to linebackers and literally create lanes and cut linebackers out of lanes, because that's where you see Jacobs, take 3 steps and go vertical, and there's just wide open like lanes for him to just run straight through. And if guys aren't climbing and they're hanging on double teams too long, the linebackers are just able to scrape and fill, and Jacobs gets to maybe to the butt of the D tackle, and the linebacker's there, and it's
right.
And it's dead.
I would love to see what he can do when he doesn't have so many of his yards after contact. That is just. It just feels like, and I understand he likes contact, but it does seem excessive. He did it last year. It'll be nice to see them open up some holes. All right, Brian, we got to let you go. I will talk to you tomorrow on the Homer Hour, and then on Sunday on Green Bay Game Day pregame. So a lot of Brian Bulaga still ahead for us. And maybe some more home runs. Maybe they'll take you down to Comiskey Park, see if you can hit home runs to go along with your strikes on your pitches back.
No, he's down by the Devil Rays now. That's probably his closest
There you
park.
go. Yeah, they're using that. Aren't they using like a spring training stadium now? You can hit 25 out of there. Brian, you're the best. We appreciate you, man. Thanks.
All right, guys. Take care.
That is Brian Bulaga. Not only the great analyst of offensive line play, but also apparently a big hitter. The llama.
Yeah.
Jesse, you've got a text before we start the 10 o'clock hour, do you?
Yeah, Kurt in the 847. Growing up, I played baseball against Bulaga, was the catcher behind the plate for a few of his home runs. They were bombs.
Yeah.
I believe
He's a big fella now.
Yeah, I believe
He's a big fella. And if any of those bombs bonked someone on the head out in the bleachers, well, they could perhaps take some sort of legal approach to that. And, well, they're not calling Gruber Law offices because they handle injuries in accidents. But if you have been injured, and I hope you haven't, but if you have, there's one call to make. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666, 414-276-6666, or go to the website gruber-law.com. I wonder if David goes to a lot of games. I wonder if he was there last night for Greg Gard's first pitch. Again, Gruber Law offices, one call, that's all. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Hey sports fans, looking to level up your next private event? V Private Bar Services is your game changer. Move beyond the ordinary. V Private Bar Services crafts custom cocktails tailored to your brand and your guests' tastes. Imagine a bar experience that's as unique as your business. Our expert mixologists will create a memorable experience that your clients and team will rave about. From signature cocktails to full-service bars, we've got you covered. Be the MVP of your next event. Visit vprivatebar.com to book today.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
Cold plunges, better sleep, a gym buddy. How do you know what has the biggest impact for an active body and mind? With BetterHelp, you can talk with real, qualified therapists, not AI. With a 4.9-star rating, BetterHelp understands mental wellness shouldn't be tougher than a workout. Their therapists can figure out what's best for you. And yeah, it might involve a cold plunge. Visit BetterHelp.com, code TIMEOUT for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com, code TIMEOUT.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Homestead High School's Connor Pangallo. In Homestead's 42-7 win over Whitefish Bay on Thursday, Pangallo had 12 carries for 67 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. On top of that, he would later take a 93-yard kick return to the house for his 3rd touchdown of the game. Through 4 games, Pangallo has led the Highlanders to an undefeated record with 690 yards and 10 touchdowns. Pangallo is in his senior year and is also an all-conference baseball player. Congrats to Connor Pangallo, your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Hour of Wilde and Tausch, which always starts late, whether we have Brian Bulaga or not. So it's not Blue's fault.
A little later,
quite
though.
as often.
That's usually a little later when Blue's on.
A little bit, just a smidge. I just saw that our friends Jim, Matt, and Molly posted my appearance with them, a little snippet on social. And Matt Hamilton is very concerned about Matthew Golden and how Matt LaFleur, it's a lot of Matts.
What's he concerned about?
Well, he's concerned about his fantasy team.
Oh,
yes, Matthew Golden.
Oh, that's good.
And he's only got 4 targets. He's only got 2 catches. And the gold medalist is a little concerned.
Well, he's not starting him yet, right? I think Golden's a play you go down the road.
If Jaden Reed's out, you might want to play
But
him.
Jaden Reed wasn't out.
But now Watson's out, Reed's out. Do you play Matthew Golden? This
Well,
is a
how
valid
bad is your
concern
team?
for Matt Hamilton.
Well, how bad is your team?
Apparently not very good.
I'm guessing it's not very good. If he's already starting Matthew Golden. But I wanted to use this as a jumping off point for the question, which is, how do you view what you've seen from him, Tausch? Because, and I was making this point to Strofe earlier when we were recording Weekly Wilde, like, everything changes if Jordan Love and Jordan would admit this, he underthrew the one ball, which would have been a 33-yard touchdown, and he overthrew the other one, which would have been a 92-yard touchdown. And I know ifs and buts and candy and nuts and yada, yada, yada. But, if he's sitting here with 2 hugely explosive touchdowns, everyone's talking about how great he is.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of Matt Hamilton going, hey, well, we've only gotten 6 points from him. I mean, how do you view what we've seen from Matthew Golden through 2 games?
I don't know what else you would expect. It would be awesome if everything just took off like a rocket, but there's a process. And again, I think some of us forget that Jordan Love missed a ton of camp. And you're always trying to find that rhythm and that, kind of the little nuances of how your receivers get open and where they need the football and the timing of it. And to expect it's just going to snap your fingers. There's nobody as fast as Matthew Golden on this team. And that little bit, you think, well, adjust and do this. Well, yeah, that's easy to say. It's another thing to do when you have a pass rush bearing down on you, and you have to make that throw and you have to make that decision. So I don't think anybody should be discouraged at all about where Matthew Golden's at. If you look at, I don't know what stat you told us yesterday, the separation or whatever that number was, he's pretty good. And he's found ways to get open. Now you just have to get on the same page as your quarterback. And the more work that you get with that quarterback and you get some success, the more he's going to look to you. And we all know he is a weapon. Mm-hmm. He is the first-round pick, and they want him to get the football because they think very highly of him as a playmaker. So not everything is instantaneous. And I think when you're looking for all of this great things, there's a reason that the Green Bay Packers have developed quarterbacks the way they have, because they're patient. And there's also a reason that wide receivers develop really nicely in this system, because they're patient. And we've seen this movie before where we think rookies need to take these big jumps, but in essence what happens is they get better and better as seasons go and as the back half of a season goes. And if you don't believe me, go ahead and check Jordy Nelson, go ahead and check Greg Jennings, you can go ahead and check Donald Driver, you can go through the list, Devontae Adams, go through the whole list of guys, and very few really popped in September and October of their rookie season.
Josh DiMaggio has sent me this statistic. We'll talk about it next. I'm not sure. I'm not saying it's made up. It seems a little. I don't know about this. We will address it after Tausch tells us about our great partner, American Family Insurance, which of course is always proud of Tausch, no matter how things may play out before the game.
American Family Insurance is a proud partner of Wilde Tausch, and since 1927, they've been committed to making life better with outstanding home and auto protection, all so that you're free to enjoy your dreams. So insure carefully, dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance. I saw Bernie Chalet. We've had that contest. That contest was going, I think it's every 6th inning. They have a fan up there with Bernie hanging out at the chalet, doing Lord knows what.
You didn't do that, though.
No, I did not.
Well, you got that bad knee and the bad shoulder.
Sure.
It seems pretty dangerous. Did you go up there? Like you were in it?
No, we were up in like I said, we were up in that 400 level, and it's still, I don't know, I still like being up a little higher when I'm watching a game.
Yeah.
We had phenomenal seats last night, but I would say I probably like, where the press box is, it's about, I think, the perfect spot to watch a game, if you want to watch the whole game.
Where they put the important people. We'll have this statistic, which if I was, a 12-year-old, I'd be giggling about, and apparently I am now as a 50-plus-year-old as well. We'll tell you what it is and how Matthew Golden ranks at it next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Catholic Memorial Football.
Barreling towards the end zone, and he's in! Isaac Miller!
The Crusaders host New Berlin West on Friday night.
All the way into into the end zone. Camden Shumpert.
Crusaders football is brought to you by R&R Insurance, D&M Accounting and Consulting Services, Curative Care, Home Sealed Exteriors, and Tony Wendorf and Associates. Tune in Friday starting at 6:30 on 94.5 ESPN with kickoff at 7. Also watch the live video stream at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Kevin Moret here for Mentality. Listen up, gentlemen. You're fighting an unfair battle. Studies show testosterone levels in men have plummeted by 25% in just 2 decades. That's why you're struggling with energy, muscle, and drive. But here's a game changer. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments boost testosterone by 30% on average. Imagine reclaiming the vitality your grandfathers had. Picture turning heads, dominating your career, and feeling unstoppable again. Don't settle for today's normal. Seize the day at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with a refreshing offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. Well, this month only, get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel and 0 interest financing for 12 months. My new buddy Chris from Oostburg is one of their skilled installers who demos your existing bath or shower, removes it, and disposes it before installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. Again, that's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Why Z-Bart? Because you don't want rust holes in your expensive vehicle. Let Z-Bart keep the rust away with professional rust protection. Only at Z-Bart.
Preparations continue for the Green Bay Packers as they get ready for their first road game of the season Sunday in Cleveland against the 0-2 Browns. Quarterback Jordan Love joined the Rich Eisen Show on Tuesday and potentially foreshadowed things to come for the Packers offense.
The fun part about it is there's still plays that we haven't hit on. Some really big explosive plays that, once we start hitting those, we're going to take off.
I imagine part of that plan is rookie wide receiver Matthew Golden, who only has 2 catches for 16 yards through the first 2 weeks of his NFL career. We will see Sunday in the Dog Pound. I'm Alex Stroh.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Why Z-Bart? Because cars, trucks, and SUVs still rust. They do. Just look around the parking lot. Well, it doesn't have to happen, people. Google Z-Bart rust protection, call Z-Bart, and keep your car rust-free.
Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems. Installation of new or old hoops and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Getting ready for Uncle Homer, who'll join us shortly. But before that, Josh DiMaggio, I don't know where he finds all this stuff. He mines social media for all kinds of different nuggets. I'm not familiar with Scott Barrett's fantasy football work, but he shares on Twitter the current wide receiver leaders in average separation score.
So you think this is like a bogus stat?
Not necessarily. I don't. Again, I don't know him, and I don't play fantasy football, so I'm not trying to be a dink here.
Because it's very difficult, when you start talking about separation. If the ball isn't thrown to you, the whole Twitter sleuthing and, this guy was wide open. Well, is it because the eyes of the quarterback was going there and that gives you another, half a yard or yard? So I'm kind of leaning I'll have to hear more, but I'm kind of leaning towards Joshy on this.
Yeah, sure. All I'm saying is that they call it average separation score, so the abbreviation like runs batted in is RBI. The abbreviation is ASS.
I like that. And you can say that, right? Because it's an acronym.
ASS would be how you would want to refer to it. You don't call it. Well, I guess some people call them ribbies. But.
Sure, exactly. See, thank you you came around on that fairly quickly.
Yeah.
That's why I chose RBIs.
It should never be RBIs. It should just be RBI.
Right, runs batted in.
No,
right? Like
don't.
Attorneys general.
Run batted ins.
If you're saying Christian Yelich has 76
Actually, just wait
RBIs.
a second. I am going to excuse myself.
Yeah,
you guys are having a baseball conversation. I'm going to excuse myself.
What happens when you score how do you score points in cricket?
Those games take forever. That's a long-running game now.
Jocko would like it. You get your money's worth.
Yeah, you get. There's no time clock in cricket now.
Your top 5 in the National Football League per the average separation score. And again, look, I'm not. Joshy is obviously very much into this, considering I continue to get text messages from him. But again, I don't know who is determining the separation amount. Where is the statistic coming from? I will look into that when I'm not doing the show. But again, I know we all want everything to be statistically measurable. Just take this for however you want to take this. Take it, okay? Outside of the top 5, Roma Dunze at 9, Mike Evans at 8, Zay Flowers at 7, Justin Jefferson is 6th. Now your top 5, Marvin Mims is 5th, Romeo Dobbs is 4th.
Wow.
Devontae Adams is 3rd, Jalen Naylor is 2nd, and leading the National Football League in a 0.400 average separation score is Matthew Golden.
Okay.
So,
well, I'll say this. Now, whether or not you want to buy or believe the stat, it's better that you're at the top of that list than if there's no separation at all.
Right.
Right?
Right, for sure. And look, I'm just saying, I don't know. We sometimes, I don't want to say disparage, but we always have a caveat with the Pro Football Focus grades, right? We don't know who's delivering those. We don't know how those compare with what, say, Campy would have given you as a grade. So I'm just saying.
And in fairness, the NFL uses Pro Football Focus.
Right.
A lot of the teams do. So
for a variety of things, I don't think they probably use it for their grading.
Yeah, they definitely don't, but they do utilize all of the data that they put out.
Right, for sure. And my point is that the quality of a statistic is predicated in part on the quality of the person who is getting the data and examining whether or not how much separation Matthew Golden is creating. That's all. So, again, I don't know, but it sounds to me like it's good to be high in the ass rankings.
Can you say that?
Yes.
Okay. Late drop.
Speaking of late, we're going to get to Homer late as well because we spent a lot of time with our friend Brian Bulaga. Don't be late, though, if you're at a gathering and Tito's vodka is being served.
Yeah, whether you don't have a great first pitch or you're celebrating a great cricket pitch, it's great to have Tito's handmade vodka in your drink. If it's a spicy Bloody Mary, if it's just let's go with a tonic. If you want to go lemonade, if you're at a ball game, make sure it's Tito's in your glass. And Tito's also gives back in a big way, partnering with nonprofits and doing real good in the communities across the country. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
Homer joins us next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Wisconsin sports fans, Brian Bulaga here from my friends at Surfside. Football season is back, and we're bringing you your tailgate must-have. There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your home team. Made with real vodka and real brewed tea, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Ask for it at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack. Another week in the books. Are you betting on sports? My Saturdays are on a 10-2 run over the last 2, and we are dominating football. Go to fatjacksports.com, and for less than $100 a week, make money betting on sports. Stop guessing. Check the results tab. See all of the winners that you're going to get that are posted and documented. fatjacksports.com. 10-2 the last 2 Saturdays, $2.99 through the end of the month. Sign up today and win this weekend at fatjacksports.com.
Any coach will tell you, games are won in the preparation. The same's true in cybersecurity. Trend Micro helps businesses move from reactive to proactive with cyber risk exposure management. That means real-time visibility into your risks across cloud, email, endpoints, and networks. For over 35 years, enterprises worldwide have trusted Trend Micro to prepare, protect, and perform. Don't wait for the next threat to blow the whistle. Get secure now at trendmicro.com, because the best defense is being ready before the game even starts.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9.
Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out the best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
Is your roof underperforming? Saggy shingles, leaky spots? Sounds like someone needs a little Evandale Roofing. They don't just patch things up, they go all the way. Tight, sealed, satisfied. It's the kind of roof that'll have your neighbors going,
now that's a roof.
Evandale Roofing. They get on top so you don't have to. Call now. Your house deserves it.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Whatever you do, make sure you do it right. Whatever you do, make sure you do it right.
Joining us now,
making love, starting the schoolyard.
Is the voice of Marquette men's basketball for 36 seasons. Oh, baby! You also hear him 1 hour a day on the Homer Hour with a rotating cast of characters, including Brian Bulaga and John Anderson. It is Steve the Homer. True Homer, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. Didn't Tausch play center in high school in basketball?
I did, yes.
Was that?
Well,
yeah,
that
was a point guard.
So,
that was a point guard pass.
No.
Yeah, that was one of the great bounce passes to a center inside.
I was a power forward that led our team.
Forward?
Led our team. Well, power forward, but I led our team in assists. So yeah, I'm always looking for. I was always
Did you
trying
ever
to find
throw
ways
a bounce pass better than the one you did last night?
Better than the one last night. No, I did. I like to do when I was posting up, kind of the behind the back to the weak side.
Yeah.
Justin Rabb and Kyle Stoffel. Those are kind of the guys that I would get that to. So, yeah, Homer,
what's the overall view of what happened last night? I'm just curious.
So I butchered. So here's, as I said in the beginning of the show, I butchered the pitch, but I can look at things from as in life. You've lived a long life. You can look at things from a positive or a negative perspective. It's
you can't. You can't.
If you just asked me, I can finish, and then you can.
Oh, sorry.
You can then
I forgot.
jump in
You're talking,
and tell
not
me
All right.
what I think and what I didn't. Yeah, it was a bad pitch, but.
Okay.
It's always nice to get a compliment when something bad happens. And when Old Boy told me it was one of the best one-bounce pitches he's ever seen, and then you factor in my newfound love of cricket, I looked at this as a negative, but I can spin it into a positive light, which is what life is all about. That's what I'm doing. Tell me why I'm crazy.
Okay. No, I don't. I mean, I want to tell you that you did it on purpose. Even though I know you didn't.
I didn't. No, I can't. What am I going to lie?
This is all just such trash. I mean, I saw Robbie. You clearly have an arm injury. Like they're questioning you. Did he pitch in Little League? Did he? What do you mean?
That's 30. By the way,
really
that's 30. That's 30 years ago.
Doesn't matter.
No,
Come on.
What doesn't matter?
You're
telling me you're as good at tennis. You're telling me you're as good at tennis now as you were 30 years ago?
No, I'm not going to serve the ball halfway to the net.
I don't know.
Ever.
I've played against. I've played against.
So whatever your injury is, I saw Robin Yount. He had to throw from 8 feet away because he's got an injury. Clearly, you've got some sort of injury. You need to go see a doctor.
Okay.
Any explanation other than that is absurd.
Okay.
No, come on.
All right.
I've lost how to pitch. Yes, and you've lost how to breathe too.
There you go.
I'll believe that's the same. Yes.
Oh, anyway. By the way, I didn't realize Robin Yount threw a short ceremonial first pitch.
He had trouble with his shoulder
70 years old.
Well, yeah, but you played in the NFL for 11 years. You're basically 70 years old too.
Yeah, they do those. They do those tests now, where you can find out how old you actually are compared to what you are. And I don't know if that's one that you want to
go see. You
don't want to get the results. Yeah,
it's true.
Homer, I am curious. You know, you and I talk 3 times a week generally, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on the Homer Hour. Tausch's first pitch aside, the actual pitcher on the mound last night, Freddie Peralta, was great. Where are you at on the Brewers currently now as we get closer and closer, their magic number down to 7 to clinch the NL Central title?
Yeah, they're a 1 or a 2 seed, and then they'll have a bye, and then they'll have a 5-game series and a 7-game series, and they're capable of beating anybody. And let's roll. Let's go. They won't be the favorite, either the Dodgers or Philly. Phillies could pass them maybe.
Will they be favored against the Cubs?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, the Cubs are better than the Dodgers this year. Dodgers aren't even going to win their division. Padres are going to win the division.
They might, but they have a great deal of experience and postseason success. The Cubs have none, not with this group. So, I mean, you can say the Cubs are better than the Dodgers. Cubs and the Dodgers pick. I'll take the Dodgers. I mean, it's possible they could underperform the whole year, but I doubt it.
What do you feel?
Care much about the regular season?
Okay, but what the regular season at this point is all about is setting yourself. We talked to Dom Catronio earlier in the week as well. What this is all about is getting yourself set up for the postseason. He said that he expects Miz to be in the pen. He feels like they're moving Woodruff's start, so it lines up better for the playoffs. So it does matter what you do down the stretch here, right? To be ready for the playoffs and the best spot.
No, the key is, that's like simpleton stuff. So the issue is, are your people healthy? The biggest concern for the Brewers has nothing to do with doing that. That is so simple. Its issue is who's healthy, who's not healthy, and adjustments you have to make because of that. That's what the important rest of the season is. Because who's going to be in the bullpen? Who's healthy? Who can pitch? They've already wondered who's coming back. The setup is the easiest thing in the world if you have healthy people. If things change and you don't have healthy people, you might have to change it 5 times before the postseason.
Do you get nervous at all? Will there be any point you get nervous about winning the division? Do you think this thing's a wrap?
No.
You're good.
No, I think it's a wrap. Yeah.
He thinks the NFC North's a wrap too, so he doesn't worry about division titles.
I think we're starting to.
Well, they've played 150 games versus what percentage of the baseball season? This is saying nothing. This is not being scared, as some might be, but they played what percentage of the season in baseball versus football?
That's got to be 90-some%, right?
The only thing I'm sure of, the only thing I feel most confident in is Cooper in the Packer Hall of Fame. Have they ever done a player while he's still on the team?
Yeah, he's just going to cross Oneida Street on his way. So the question I did want to ask Brewers related before we move on to the Packers, and I say this because I'm a sucker for sentimentality.
Yeah,
and I know
you are.
Tausch
I got none.
Tausch is sitting this out because he's not talking about the Brewers anymore, even though he once again violated that by asking about your nervous because of his pitch. He said he's self-banning for a week, which I didn't think he could do. So I'm not surprised. But what did you make of the whole?
What's the connection? I don't get.
His pitch was so bad. He's banning himself for a week from talking about the Brewers. But he's done it like 3 times.
I didn't know we were going to talk
Brewers.
Brewers.
What are you going to admit? You have some sort of an injury.
I would never do that. If I go out on the mound, listen, man. Just like when you play,
I go out on the mound.
He admitted it earlier in the show.
When you go out on the mound, you're just like if you're going to go out there.
Yeah,
Jason, what were you going to ask Homer?
Yeah, he told us about it with his coaching staff from baseball. We knew this already. Look, I am sentimental. I'm a sentimental fool. I was under the impression that Bob Uecker had written a letter to Mark Attanasio to share with the team once they clinched a playoff berth, and then I thought that Pat Murphy did some, embellishing of an actual letter.
No, it was just he did something really stupid. It was just stupid. Now, he has such a pass on the season and the greatness that he's done that everybody gives him a pass. But that was just stupid.
Yeah, I was disappointed to learn that was not what I thought it was.
Yes. And it's possible that everybody believes it. I believe it because that's the kind of thing Uecker might have done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, most people, but Uecker might have. And so, Murphy gets one stupid pass, but it was stupid. There's no.
Okay, I knew you'd shoot me straight on that. I agree.
They had to then tell everybody it wasn't true. How is that?
Yeah, you don't want to have to do that. You're not looking to do that.
But he's okay, no problem. He's had a great year. He gets a pass. But he's used it up now, so don't do another one. I saw something on Twitter. It was great that Abe Lincoln apparently wrote a letter to the Brewers. That was fantastic. That's Twitter at its best.
Four score and 7 years
house
ago.
Divided, whatever, might not fall.
I didn't actually read it when they had the letter, but I thought there are some positive moments of Twitter. That was one.
I have a letter here from Marco Polo.
Yeah.
Homer, the Packers go to Cleveland this week. You have proclaimed that the NFC North race is over after 2 games.
Right.
You then, if they are who you think they are, then they have to trounce the Cleveland Browns. And the line that you're...
No, they don't. They can lose.
But I was setting something up here. Yesterday, John Anderson said that he wants teams to fear the Packers after this weekend in Cleveland. That would mean they have to put like a 40-14 type win on them. I agree with you. They could lose. That can't happen. But do you see them becoming a team that is feared across the National Football League?
Only the defense. It's all about the defense. The offense, I don't believe, is capable of being at that level. But the defense, yes, that's why a shutout or not letting Cleveland score. But the big part of this game is they haven't done anything on the road. And I'll defer to Tausch on this, but coaches say it. You ain't done nothing until you've done it on the road.
Well, George Karl said the season hadn't started yet, according to George Karl, right?
Correct. Yes.
Playoff series.
Right. Now they got 7. So, but yes, no. So my point is, this one's easy. All LaFleur says, you ain't done nothing. You've done nothing. You put a whooping on them they put a whooping on Cleveland on the road. They will be the favorite next Tuesday to win the Super Bowl.
Well, I think they're pretty close as is. Homer, you just said, what was the word you used? I've been dominant, feared. The defense is feared. Do you think that the defense is feared? And right now, do you think people fear this defense?
I think they think it's possible. It could be that it's still early, but yes, I think there's the potential.
When's the last time in your 30, 40, whatever years you've covered? 96, the defense was feared the same? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
2010 by the end of the year, but never the same way. And similar to this year's team, you have a special like Reggie White, but there were other special pieces of that defense that Ron Wolf brought in, which I think applies here to other people to talk about other than just Parsons, just like you could do the same back in 96. And they were the best defense in the league.
They were. They also had the best offense in the league. All right,
That's
so
correct.
Is anything...
That will not happen this year.
You're not a worrier by nature, like me.
Yeah.
Is there anything about the Packers right now that worries you? It doesn't sound like you're worried about the Brewers at all. Is there anything about the Packers you're worried about?
None. Let's go. Roll it out.
Wow.
None.
Yeah, I'm with Homer.
Must be nice.
Outside of an injury to Elton Jenkins, obviously Jordan Love, and the interior part of the offensive line, specifically center, otherwise I don't have any concerns either.
Because they're actually better than everybody thinks they are, because Golden is actually really good. We know that. His quarterback just missed it.
Yep.
But everybody else knows that's coming if he gets that open again, which would make them even better.
And then that opens the running game back up, and there's the offense is just scratching the surface.
The best part of the game was what didn't work, not what did work, because you saw Golden. And
Ooh, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
And it's still, and with all that said, even with all the things that LaFleur talked about being upset about, it still was a ho-hum victory. Like, we could have started the post-game show middle of the fourth quarter, and we'd have been fine.
No, we could have. You wanted to, actually. By the way, I have a favor to ask of you, Tausch.
Yep.
If I can work it out, will you throw another pitch at AmFam?
Maybe later. I would say obviously not in the near future. I'm going to take a beat.
Next year? Next season?
Well, first off, if I want to, I'm sure I can get invited back. So I'll leave that up.
Question.
I heard your question. And
question is, will you do it?
I don't know. Right now, I'm a little stung. So we're going to take a beat and then we'll revisit.
Somebody texted in asking, could you ask for a do-over last night? When you bounce it,
you can't.
Could you say, "Hey, give that back"?
It's not a second pitch; it's a first pitch. So no.
I just want to let you know that's going to be my Discount Liquor Twitter poll question. Isn't it obvious to everyone the only reason the pitch was like that is because he's got an injury of some sort? Yes or no?
Nah, that's a lame question. If I'm being honest.
Fine.
Yeah.
Not your show. Bye.
It's true. It's not.
Fine. It's not your show. Bye.
No, he's right.
Okay. We're done with Homer. He's gone. What we're not done with is Prize Picks, where hopefully they have cricket.
I haven't looked if they have cricket. If they do, oh baby, I'm in. You and I, we make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, you got to be right, and then you get paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it is good to be right, and it's simple to play. Pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. You get it right, cash in. PrizePicks puts their users first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. PrizePicks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account for this football season. They offer injury reboots. One of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return. PrizePicks won't count it as a loss. Join up today. Join millions of users. Sign up. Download the app. Use code WI. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right.
More Wilde Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. Greg Matzek, Gary Ellerson, the day after reaction show you need in your life.
Who benefits the most from Micah Parsons being on the field?
Secondary. Keyshawn Nix.
It's Potawatomi Sportsbook Football Mondays with Greg and Gary.
If you're a quarterback, you've got to get the football out of your hands before you really want to do it. I mean, everybody's getting their wealth with this, but to me, I think it's really the guys in the secondary.
Live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Studios from 6 to 8 p.m. every Monday on 94.5 ESPN.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush, Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered with fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel. Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
Is back pain slowing you down? When it comes to spine care, you need specialized expertise. At the OAW Spine Center, their orthopedic care specialists provide the highest level of care for everything from herniated discs to spinal fusion. They start with the most conservative, non-surgical treatments like physical therapy and injections. If surgery is needed, minimally invasive procedures at the OAW Spine Center will get you back on your feet faster. With a focus on treating the source of the problem, they take a comprehensive, active approach to spine health, getting you back to the life you love. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit OAWSpineCenter.com. That's OAWSpineCenter.com.
Hey everybody, this is Stephen Bauer, CEO of the Guest House of Milwaukee. You know, homelessness isn't just a number. It represents our neighbors and our community. At Guest House of Milwaukee, we've spent decades helping people find stability, housing, and hope. On Thursday, November 13th, we invite you to our gala, A Night of Hope and Dignity. It's a night to stand with those working to overcome homelessness and those who support them. Join us. Tickets are available at guesthouseofmilwaukee.org, and together we can change lives.
At Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber Group, we do more than close deals. We serve with gratitude and faith-filled purpose. We've sold over $300 million in real estate since 2020, one of the top-ranked real estate teams in Wisconsin, and we're just getting started. What sets us apart? We care. Even if we're not your agent, we'll still help. That's the kind of stewardship the community deserves. If you're buying or selling across southeastern Wisconsin, let us earn your trust. I'm Tony Wendorf, and I want to create your red carpet experience. Contact us at wendorfteam.firstweber.com
SportsWeber.com. You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
It seems like everywhere I go, the more I see, the less I know. But I know one thing, that I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you. Now I'm not a highly metaphysical man, but I know when the stars are aligned, you can. Bump into a person in the middle of the road, look into their eyes and you suddenly know. Rocking in the dance hall, moving with you, dancing in and out in the middle of June. My mama told me don't lose you, cause the best luck I had was you. I said, hey, I'll be gone today, but I'll be back from around the way. It seems like
thanks as always to Steve the Homer True, despite his abrupt departure. That's not even an Irish goodbye. That's more of a very direct goodbye. Tausch, I'm going to head over to Lambeau Field after the show. Matt LaFleur is going to be talking during the show. I'm not a huge fan of this now, but he's gone back to the pre-practice pressers on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, so I guess I'll talk to him next Monday, the next time I get to. But he's, we were joking earlier about Jaden Reed and his anesthesia-induced proclamation about going to the Super Bowl. Going to the bowl, bro. But I am curious, like, what's your concern? I understand they're deep at the position, right? I understand that, Golden's got that high ASS rating, all the other stuff. It's not like they're decimated at the wide receiver spot, but they are now missing two guys that are unique. They've got a guy in Watson who's on the PUP who no one is like. And what I think makes Reed unique is that he can do everything. He's not just a slot guy. He's not just a downfield guy. He's not just a pop pass, jet sweep guy. He does all those things. And to replace him, you're going to be asking different guys to do different things in any way. Because this is, I asked the Homer if he was worried about anything. And he very clearly said no, and you agreed. Those are things that it feels to me like if you're going to be the offense that you think you're capable of, doing it without those two guys specifically, it's a heck of a lot harder.
No doubt about that, but I think if you're understanding that throughout an NFL season you're going to have to overcome some things and have guys step up, I really feel like the receiver spot, no one has really emerged as, like, if this was Devontae Adams way back in the day, you'd be like, we're in big trouble.
Right. You're right about that.
And we're not. So Jaden Reed being out on the field, he's obviously a big piece to what Green Bay is trying to do, but you can adjust. I would make the argument that I think Tucker Kraft would be the one guy, if something happened, would you feel as good about putting Musgrave in there as you would Tucker? The answer would be no. Now, that doesn't mean Musgrave can't go in there and do kind of to his skill set what it would be. Tucker Kraft is, I believe, an emerging all-pro, Pro Bowl player. And you can't just snap your fingers and replace that. Jaden Reed is not there yet. I think he's building to hope to get there.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And otherwise, you just kind of, I think you build your roster and you try to have as much depth as you can, understanding that these things happen and you don't want to be left kind of holding the bag. And so if you bring in a Micah Parsons, you get that next level. Obviously, having something happen to him or him not being able to play would really hurt your defense, but it's not as if your defense would fall off the cliff because that happened. Obviously, the quarterback spot, you feel protected with Malik Willis. I just think Goody has built a really deep roster and is as positioned as well as you possibly could be to withstand an injury pretty much at every spot, which is really unheard of in the NFL.
Yeah, I think we were concerned about their offensive line depth. You made this reference earlier, and I agree with it. Elton Jenkins is the key piece there.
There's not a doubt.
They cannot afford him to suffer an injury.
I think the guys that you would say, obviously Jordan Love, anytime you're starting quarterback, but if it's 2 or 3 weeks, I would not. I feel like you could win a lot.
We're going to talk about Willis coming up. Yep.
Elton Jenkins, I don't know what their solution is. Tucker Kraft, they have a solution. I don't think it's as good. I know it's not as good, but there's a solution. I don't think they want to put Sean Ryan in at center. I don't. And then you bring in something else. You bring in Jordan Morgan, and now all of a sudden, what are you going to do if something else happens? That's why when people are saying, well, trade Sheed and do all this other stuff. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. And I think Elton Jenkins might be, and this sounds crazy, he might be the most irreplaceable guy on this roster as we sit here right now.
Should have held out for his contract. If he's so irreplaceable.
Tell me somebody tell me somebody else that you feel like, oh boy, what are we going to do? Because if it's Micah, obviously that's a big deal, but you got Van Ness, you got Rashawn, you have guys.
I don't know if I want, like, I obviously love Evan Williams as a player. I think he's really good. Reminds me, I don't know if you've heard of. Wait a minute. Reminds me of, as you've heard, Micah Hyde.
I did hear that.
But I don't want their starting safeties, if I'm a Packers fan, to be Evan Williams and Catano Ladapo or Evan Williams and Javon Bullard. So I would argue that the other guy that is still irreplaceable, even though they've got some young safeties, is Xavier McKinney.
Is it crazy for me to say that maybe Edgerrin Cooper might be the most?
I think that I would also have said him, yes, on the defensive side of the ball.
If you put those three, Xavier McKinney, I think you'd probably put Josh Jacobs in that category too. Is it crazy to say that Jordan Love wouldn't even be in the top 4 if you're talking about for a 3 or 4 game stretch? Is that a crazy thing to say?
No, I don't think it is, and it sets the table for our Malik Willis conversation that we're going to have coming up to kick off the 11 o'clock hour. But first, Tausch needs to tell us about Quick Trip.
Packer fans, your next Quick Trip run could score you the ultimate win. Cruise into tailgate season in a brand new Chevy Silverado RST. Can blaze the trails on a new Polaris Sportsman 570, or you can grill like an MVP with a Pit Boss Ultimate Lift-Off Griddle. For every $1 you spend at Quick Trip with Quick Rewards, you'll earn points to use in the Packers fan zone. No purchase is necessary. You get full details at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes, and they have a bunch of great deals. Head on in right now. Boneless pork loin chops, 99 cents. Bananas, jumbo onions, baked potatoes, 29 cents a pound. Quickery bread, honey wheat, Italian cracked wheat, Swiss rye multigrain, or Texas toast. You can get 2 loaves for $4. Tailgate savings and sweepstakes only at Quick Trip. We'll see you next time.
The 10 o'clock hour, or the 11 o'clock hour, I should say, will start with a conversation about Malik Willis, which Tausch just teased for us, next. So stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It was always said about Milwaukee Brewer legend Jim Gantner that he played the game the right way.
God gave me the talent to play baseball, but it's up to me what I want to do with it.
It's just such an exciting partnership for us at Big Fish Contracting. I'm thinking there's a chance if you sign up with us, Jim Gantner may be dropping off a tube of caulk at your house.
Shingles, whatever.
See how Big Fish Contracting is renovating homes and redeeming an industry at bigfishcontracting.com.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9. Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out the best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
For your next night out, revel in the fusion of artistry and flavor with Sushi at St. Kate, offering guests an elevated experience where freshness and creativity converge in every bite. St. Kate the Arts Hotel introduces an exciting new sushi menu to its culinary repertoire. Indulge in the finest seafood, freshest ingredients, and expert craftsmanship for an inspired and delectable dining journey. Experience the art of sushi at St. Kate and learn more at stkatearts.com.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
Cold plunges, better sleep, a gym buddy. How do you know what has the biggest impact for an active body and mind? With BetterHelp, you can talk with real, qualified therapists, not AI. With a 4.9-star rating, BetterHelp understands mental wellness shouldn't be tougher than a workout. Their therapists can figure out what's best for you. And yeah, it might involve a cold plunge. Visit BetterHelp.com, code TIMEOUT for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com, code TIMEOUT.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Tune into the Rich Eisen Show weekdays from 12 to 2, right here on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Which will include trivia presented by Cousin Subs, we believe in better. Whoa Nelly, presented by George the Usher, returning to his old stomping grounds. Going to the game with his favorite son, Jesse Nelson. And we'll wrap things up after that. But first, Jesse, I want to thank you. Thank you for reading channel3000.com. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Because I did write about Malik Willis. And Tausch, we talked about him yesterday. We don't have to rehash all of the conversation. But my first thought when I was seeing all these, you got Brock Purdy, you've got Jaden Daniels now may not play this week, and Marcus Mariota may start for the Commanders. We know obviously about Joe Burrow. We know about J.J. McCarthy, which for the first time in NFL history, a head coach got up at the podium and proclaimed a guy out for 2 to 4 weeks that it was his quarterback, which usually you want to keep people guessing. So we covered all that. But my first thought was, boy, the Packers are lucky to have a guy they believe in, because there's a bunch of teams that don't right now. And to your point that you were just saying at the end of the 10 o'clock hour, what is that? You played... You had Matt Flynn, your good buddy, who also doesn't like the tush push we saw on Twitter during the weekend. Mm-hmm. But what does it do for a team to have a guy that they believe in as the backup? Because you obviously never want to see, I wrote about it today, the weird thing about being a backup is you can have a great preseason like Hasselbeck used to as well, and then they say, hey, great job, hopefully we don't see you the rest of the year, except in mop-up duty and blowouts. But what does it do for a team to know that they've got a guy that they've seen win games when their starter wasn't available at the most important position?
It's just like, who's the dude with the security blanket? Is it Linus?
Linus,
with
yes.
the little binky.
Yep, the blanket, yep.
I think there's so much put into a starting quarterback, especially when you pay like the Green Bay Packers did, obviously with Favre and with Rodgers, and you lean on them for so much that it can be a little overwhelming when something happens. The coaches and everybody, the belief drops, and then you have to rebuild and try and figure out, okay, how the heck can we tread water? When Rodgers broke his collarbone, it was like, how can we just tread water till he gets back? And every week was oh my God, is he back yet? Is he back yet? And you spend so much emotional energy and capital on that it hurts your team. So when you have somebody, and it's one thing if you just bring a veteran in and you think, well, this guy can function. What Malik Willis did last year was obviously incredibly impressive to us on the outside. But just think about those guys on the inside. Guarantee you, when they were flying home from Sao Paulo, they were all thinking, if it's something major, we're blanked. Mm-hmm. And then when they get the news that it's not, and Malik goes out and does what he did, I think it was against Tennessee, all of a sudden everybody's hope meter is up, or Indy. And when that happens, you now have that trust that you can not only function, but that you can play maybe even a little different style and have some fun and win. When you have that, I know we were discussing what draft pick, and you gave away 2 first-round picks for Micah. You're going to want to try and recapture a couple.
Something. Right. Mm-hmm.
So I understand the thought of it, but how much is an NFL win worth to these organizations? It's immeasurable. And that's why you keep a guy when you have them like Malik that you know your guys believe in and you know you can get a win. And that's what that locker room feels about Malik Willis.
All right. So you said the Tennessee game. I want to point out that I think that's the game that changed everything, right? I mean, his first start was against Indianapolis. Josh Jacobs carried the ball 32 times. Like they clearly said, okay, this guy's been here for 19 days. We need to manage this. But the next week, he goes against his former team, and he threw some dimes in that game. He played really well. And now he's got a year more of experience in the system. And Matt LaFleur, he said this during training camp, and we didn't get a chance to see it, and maybe we still will. But he also suggested that there's an idea where he could put in some packages where he comes in because of his running threat, which I don't know the last time they talked about and again, maybe it's just gamesmanship, but maybe not. Like running some read option stuff with him. When's the last time they had a backup where you said, okay, this guy could actually play some snaps for us? Because all due respect to the Laser Show, Tim Boyle, nobody was drawing up ideas for getting him on the field when Aaron Rodgers was the starter.
You really think that's going to happen?
I do, actually.
You think that they're going to pull Jordan Love out of games?
I don't think they're going to pull him out for a series. I think they're going to pull him out. Look, they have shown in the first 2 games, they've done some stuff now, right? There was the Love motioning, oddly though it may have been, out of the shotgun and doing the direct snap to Jacobs, which didn't work great. Then they had the play where Savion Williams moves into the quarterback spot, right? And then takes and runs, and there was maybe going to be a pitch, which might have been a little perilous. But, I think that they, trick 'em, blank 'em, maybe Barry Alvarez's mentality. But I want to explore further. Like, when we talk to Steno tomorrow, he came up with the play that they used with Savion Williams, him and Luke Getsy, because Getsy had done it with the Raiders. I think I wouldn't rule out the possibility of them putting number 2 out on the field.
I don't mind that on short yardage if you want to do tush pushes or whatnot. But
that's another good example. The Tucker Kraft tight end sneak.
That's all great. I am not super interested in having a franchise quarterback, paying him $55 whatever million a year, and not putting the ball in his hands. I'm not.
I get it.
So I understand
even for
that you
a play or two, like they did with those guys.
Tush push, yes.
Direct
anything
snap,
else?
no.
Anything else? No.
You didn't like those?
No, I don't.
Okay. You're anti-trick 'em, blank 'em, though.
No, I don't mind trick 'em, blank 'em. I think it's fun. It's a fun thing to do, but I want my starting quarterback to be involved. I don't want to. I don't think Jordan Love's going to be uber excited about, oh, you're out for this series or you're out for these 2 or 3 plays. Like, I just don't.
How about if they ran a Philly special and he's on the receiving end of a pass? How do you feel about that?
I love it. Now, we've seen this movie before where we throw lateral passes and his legs split, and you think, oh, my God, he just threw out a hip.
Yeah.
I think he's in a better place than he was at that point. Now, tush push and short yardage, I am okay with that. If that's the road you want to go down, and Malik is obviously a little more statured, and that's the road you want to go. But if it's first or second down, I want my starting quarterback that I believe in out on the field.
Yeah, that's totally fair. I understand. I'm just intrigued by the possibility.
Can you rank as we discuss this, is Jordan Love in your top 4 of irreplaceable players on this Packers roster?
Yeah, I'm putting him ahead of Edgerrin Cooper because as special as he is, they are excited. And again, I don't want to make everybody sound like they're the, star-spangled awesome. But they do seem to think that Tyron Hopper has made a huge jump. And you would obviously rather have, I'm not saying in any way you don't want Edgerrin Cooper on the field. But if you had to play for 2 or 3 weeks, which is what you're using, right, as your bar here.
Because make no mistake about it, if it's full season, Jordan Love is my top.
Right.
If it's for
totally
3 or 4 weeks, I'm okay with Malik Willis for 3 or 4 weeks. Not for the full season, but for 3 or 4 weeks.
Okay. And so if it's Edgerrin Cooper, I'm okay with a couple of weeks with Tyron Hopper, Quay Walker, and Isaiah McDuffie.
Okay.
And if you have to call up Christian Welch from the practice squad, all the better. Safety, I think
McKinney actually. You made some good points. I think I'm going McKinney, and Elton are probably the two.
Okay, we're on the same page then. Just like we're on the same page that you can't celebrate Uke with a Coors Light, because you can do a lot of things with Coors Light, but maybe that wasn't the best choice.
And whether you're tailgating pregame, celebrating a great first pitch, or a really poor first pitch during the game, make sure you need a moment to chill. Make sure you crack open a Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light, brewed with that 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and cold packaged, so it is made to chill. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories. Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
We need to play trivia. Jesse, I want to apologize. I was going to make a reference to the pitch again, then I didn't want to do that. So then I went with you, and I shouldn't push others down to push myself up. I apologize.
Why didn't you want to make another reference to the pitch?
Because I feel like we've spent a lot of time on the pitch.
I'm guessing, Jesse, at some point with all the curation, we can kind of go through, I don't think a litany, but I'm guessing that's going to be Wonelli would be.
We're not going to do. Can we agree we're not going to do the most jack-wagony, mean-spirited
No,
ones?
I think,
let's
again,
do
as
some
I
of
said
the
in the beginning,
funniest.
the fun.
Do you think I have no filter?
Yeah.
No, I know you do. I wanted to just publicly.
You must have thrown that pitch up before I even threw it on the website.
Wow.
That literally, you
totally
must have had
the
that
space-time continuum.
and just fired that bad boy up before the ball didn't roll, skipped
Landed.
to the catcher.
Yeah, bounced.
You had that thing posted and commented.
Well,
on point.
We had to make sure that we were in front of it. I didn't want us to get scooped in our own thing.
Hey, wait a minute. You posted that video, but you said you and Usher George were in the region of a home run.
Yeah.
No, Jesse came
But
over
the
and said
video was
hello
from
beforehand.
behind the
Jesse
plates.
hung out right there to get this.
I brought Usher George and got special Usher permission to.
Did the old Ushers know George and let him come down?
Some of them did. Yeah,
that's
some
nice.
of them did.
He's been retired. He's kind of like you, though. He's been retired for a while.
He was a celebrity at that place last
Put
time.
a lot of years in there.
Not everybody knew him, but those who did were.
Did he wear his suits? The blue one with the gold pipe on it? Like they used to wear.
We kind of wore like matching yellow Brewers shirt. It was pretty adorable.
Oh, that's cute.
Pops and I there. Yeah.
Where's the picture of that on social?
I have one. I haven't posted it. I was more worried about something else last night.
Yes, Greg Gard's pitch.
It is. It's Wisconsin Geography Wednesday.
All right, what color do you want?
How many feet did Tausch's pitch make it?
42.
So it was 18 feet short of the plate. Let's do caller 18.
844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Caller 18 plays Wisconsin Geography Wednesday Trivia. Next, it's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
This year, it just feels different.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Listen
Listen to WTMJ as the Brewers make their charge to the postseason. Brewers playoff coverage is presented by the Narrow Spine Center of Wisconsin and featured by Annex Wealth Management, Boucher Automotive, and Delta Dental. We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
Ready to watch the Packers like a VIP? Cousins Subs put you in the center of it all on the 50-yard line in plush recliner seats, complete with personal TVs and your favorites delivered from Cousins Subs. 2 pairs of fans are selected before each regular season home game to enjoy this one-of-a-kind experience. Enter daily to win the best seats in the house, only from Cousins Subs. Cousins Subs. We believe in better. See rules and eligibility for details.
Kevin Moret here from Mentality. Life's a relentless competition, and you might be losing without even knowing it. With testosterone levels plummeting 25% in just 2 decades, you're likely operating at a fraction of your potential. Your kids sense it when you're too exhausted for playtime. Your wife notices when that spark fades. Here's the harsh truth. Without addressing low T, nothing works. Diets fail, workouts fall flat, but there's hope. Mentality's FDA-approved treatment restores testosterone by an average of 30%. Don't let low T rob you of life's precious moments. Start at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Wisconsin sports fans, Brian Bulaga here for my friends at Surfside. Football season is back, and we're bringing you your tailgate must-have. There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your home team. Made with real vodka and real brewed tea, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Ask for it at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, siding, windows, or bath project during their fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
At Tony Wendorf and Associates First Weber Group, we believe in the human side of real estate. For us, it's faith, family, and friends in that order. We live that every single day. I'm Tony Wendorf. We move fast, negotiate with confidence, and communicate clearly so our clients win. We operate from a place of gratitude, having donated nearly $200,000 back to our community since 2020. You deserve a team that delivers a luxury experience no matter the price point. Contact us today to get started. Tony Wendorf and Associates, trusted knowledge, superior service. Contact us at WendorfTeam.firstweber.com.
Grand slams and walk-offs. If you haven't jumped on the bandwagon by now, what are you waiting for? Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's very own national champions. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows? Our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Hey IKEA fans, IKEA is turning 40 and they are giving you the present. From September 3rd to the 23rd, IKEA is celebrating with a huge gift card giveaway. Every day, 3 times a day, 40 lucky winners will score an IKEA gift card worth anywhere from $5 to $500. That's right, 120 winners every day at every store. Don't miss your chance to join the celebration and win. Visit your IKEA Oak Creek or IKEA.us for more information today. Must be a IKEA family member to participate. 1 gift card per IKEA family membership during the promotion.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Don't ever see you sober if I'm breathing. Racing to the moonlight and I'm speeding. I'm headed to the stars.
Before we get to trivia, Matt LaFleur is at the podium, which is an inconvenient time for me. But Rob Domofsky of ESPN.com reports that he just said that both Zach Tom with his oblique and Aaron Banks with his ankle and groin injuries. Aaron Banks told me on Monday he was playing this week. We'll see if that actually occurs. But both of them will return to practice today on a limited basis. That is per Matt LaFleur at the podium.
Banks, he said he's playing.
That's what he said, but
All right.
you know players, they always say they're playing.
That's true.
Take it to the banks.
Well played.
See.
Time now for trivia.
Wilde Tausch Trivia is presented by Cousin Subs. Crispy chicken tenders are now available at Cousin Subs. Order today in store at cousinsubs.com or with the Cousins app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
It is Wilde Tausch Trivia presented by Cousin Subs. Cousin Subs, we believe in better. Let's welcome in our contestant. It is Bill in New Berlin. Bill, good morning. Welcome to Wilde Tausch. How you doing?
Morning. Good. How are you guys?
We are outstanding. Can't wait for cricket season. Or maybe that's
Bill
going on,
told
right?
me off air he's gotten through for trivia 4 times, and every time's been Wisconsin Geography Wednesday.
Is that right? That's something.
Yeah.
How have you fared? Yeah, how have you fared in the previous 3?
I think I've gotten 1 once and 2 the other 2 times, and I got picked the very first time to win something on Friday. So.
Oh, nice. So you've never gotten a perfect score, is what you're telling me.
I have not.
All right, well, today's the day.
Let's do it.
Just like it's a great day to be great. Says was it Greg Jennings? Was that his
Sounds
thing?
Jennings-esque. Yeah.
Okay. Question 1, Bill, is this: If Tausch wants to go into hiding after that first pitch last night at the Brewers game,
I should have started today if I was going to do that.
Which of these Wisconsin... This is really good, Jesse. Well done. Which of these Wisconsin cities is located farthest from Milwaukee? Is it Manitowoc, Mugwanago, or my, was that a bad pitch?
I'm going to go with Manitowoc.
You would be correct. All right, 1 for 1. Question 2. I think we're done. There's no more references to the first pitch now the rest of the way here. A longitude! Which of these Wisconsin cities is located farthest east? Farthest east. Is it Delafield, Delavan, or Delwood?
Oh boy, let's see. I'm gonna go with Delafield. I don't know.
Tausch is thinking about it.
I think Delavan.
One of you is right. And it's Bill.
That'd be Bill.
Where is Delwood?
Delwood is near Wisconsin Dells.
Interesting.
Which also, so there's Wisconsin Dells, Lake Delton, and Delwood all in the same vicinity.
Yeah. Del Griffith. All right. Bill, here's your chance. Question 3. Which of these is a community located just outside the city of Wausau? Which of these is just outside of Wausau? Is it Rothschild, Harrison, or Oakfield?
What was the first one?
The first one is Rothschild.
Okay.
Followed by Harrison and Oakfield.
I think he's right. I think it's
where DC Everett plays, right?
He is correct! This one I knew. I don't always know Wilde Tausch geography trivia, but I knew this one. And you did too. Bill, it happened. 3 for 3. That means you got 4 entries into Friday's drawing. Congratulations, buddy, and good luck in the drawing.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
3-piece. RSW is Rothschild, Schofield, and then I think it's Weston.
Weston, yep.
Yeah. Weston.
RSW. That's bowling, bowling country.
Dale's Weston Lanes.
Yes.
I know it well.
Which county is that?
Marathon. I think it's marathon.
Not a sprint.
You're a cricketer.
Is Wausau Marathon County? I believe it is.
I think so. I'm not exactly
Feels
sure.
big.
You would know more than me.
Okay, I'd hope.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know what that. Well, I don't know.
Fact-checking Tausch. It is indeed Marathon County.
And we all know what Marathon County is known for. You guys all know what Marathon County is known for.
Ginseng.
Yeah, exactly. 90% of the world's I don't know if it's the world, but it's the U.S.'s ginseng growth. Marathon County.
Unfortunate that was not a trivia question like it was the first time that happened. All right, that is Wilde Tausch Trivia presented by Cousin Subs. Coming up next, I have a feeling there may be some revisitation of the greatest cricket pitch in AmFam field history. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Rich Eisen.
We've been saying for years, you got to play a perfect game to beat the Chiefs. You make a mistake, they're going to take advantage of it and beat you with it. It looks like the Chiefs in 2025 are the team that can't make the mistakes. That's what it looks like to me through the first 2 weeks. And Worthy being out and Rashee Rice being suspended for 6 games doesn't help. It just doesn't. You know what would help? A 100-yard game from Pacheco. That would help.
Or a 60-yard game.
Or something.
Just something. Like Patrick Mahomes can't be your leading rusher. You know, he's on pace for 1,000 yards this year. It's like that's not sustainable.
So that's the way it looks to me, is that the Chiefs have finally come back down to earth enough to be the team that can't make the mistake. That's what the first 2 weeks looks like to me. I'm not going to sit here and say this team is done. The window is closed. They have too many good players. But something is off, as Mahomes is now 0-2 for the first time ever, and if you include the playoffs, on a 3-game losing streak for the first time.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
In the Midwest, we know the real deal on the field and in your wellness routine. Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, Michigan offers top-tier Michigan-grown CBD products. No shortcuts, no synthetic knockoffs. Just clean, green certified, organically grown CBD crafted for fans who expect the best. Whether you're gearing up for the game or winding down after a win, swing through Higher Love just across the Wisconsin border and experience the highest quality CBD in the Midwest. Higher Love, the real deal, no limitation. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
Imagine your home totally organized. At Closets by Design, we specialize in providing affordable, custom-built storage solutions with built-ins and beyond, from garages to new home offices. Our experienced designers work within your budget to design a solution fit perfectly to your needs. Get 40% off plus an additional 15% with 18-month financing. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN to get started. Let's get organized together.
When it comes to joint replacement, you want the best care available. The Orthopedic Surgery Center in Pewaukee is a leader in joint replacement, offering same-day surgery with advanced technology. Their team of experts specializes in knee, hip, and shoulder replacements, using the latest techniques to minimize pain and recovery time. By choosing them, you're choosing a center focused on providing specialized care tailored to your needs. The team at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin can get you back to what matters, living pain-free.
And their prices are more affordable than urgent care or the ER. And they'll send a full report to your primary care doctor. Why wait at the ER? Walk in to Ortho ASAP for faster, more affordable care.
Total joint replacement. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com. That's orthowisconsin.com.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
It is time for the cricket version.
Doesn't have the same ring as when Kevin Green said it.
It's time for Wonelli.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning, I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
What's up, Tausch?
How you doing? So did you even bother to have any Wonelli topics written out? Or
Yeah, actually,
you did.
I had quite a few ready to go for us.
Oh, he had unsportsmanlike much higher than show.
Darnell Savage cut by the Jaguars. It's tough.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's able
Aaron
to land
Jones,
some.
hamstring.
Aaron Jones on the IR. That's going to be tough.
But I'll tell you what, Goody just and not to be a Goody, whatever, but this getting rid of guys when they're 30 years old is pretty on point.
Yep. Most cases. Devontae Adams had a pretty good day at Beard.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, now back to the main event.
Oh, boy.
They talked about your first pitch on Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio this morning.
I heard, and I was text more than I wanted to from Evan saying he wasn't going to talk about it. And I think every hour he brought something up that he was. Luckily, I willed it today, and Good Morning America.
Tier 1
George,
Tyler informed me they were talking about it in the 7 o'clock hour.
Oh, okay.
I heard what they were talking about during the unsportsmanlike moment of the day, which is what they do to close out their show each day.
All right.
Here is what the unsportsmanlike crew shared on, again, this is nationally syndicated ESPN Radio morning show. It's in Seattle.
It's not on in Milwaukee,
Los Angeles. It's not on in Milwaukee.
Yeah,
no,
Jen gave it to you.
It is on in Los Angeles.
Yep. That's pretty early out there.
A lot of
early out now.
major markets around the country.
Yep.
The greater Birmingham Metroplex, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's
got
very
to hear
big
this.
down there.
Here's what they talked about you this morning.
I'm going to defer to someone who's an expert in this, one Michelle Smallman, to discuss Mark Tauscher, ESPN Wisconsin, former Packer and Badger, throwing out the first pitch of the Brewers game last night.
So Tausch walks out to the mound. He does throw from the mound. He's walking with the swag, the confidence. He's got the Brewers jersey on. He winds up, and it bounces. The pitch is short, and it bounces to the catcher, which I am all too familiar with.
It bounced before the dirt. That was the big theme that a lot of people had. It went straight down, bounced in the dirt. And when you're saying he's wearing the Brewers jersey, he's wearing the Brewers jersey with the number 65, which is the number that he wore playing a decade in the NFL.
Sure.
It would be as if CeCe went to throw out the first pitch of the Yankees, wore number 99, which I understand they have somebody who wears 99, but it doesn't matter in theory, and then threw the pitch right in the ground.
Yeah, I'm not going out there to throw out a first pitch and embarrass myself.
So you have now banned yourself from a first pitch moving forward.
No, I'll do the first pitch. I'm just not going to look like Tausch did.
What I'm asking.
Well, I'm sure Tausch didn't do that intentionally.
He's very smart. He may have.
Maybe he did it in solidarity with me.
I don't think that's the case.
But see, Smalls, here's the problem that I have. Tausch is a sneaky good athlete.
Yes.
Sneaky. He played in the NFL.
He plays tennis and pickleball. That's athleticism.
He's sneaky athletic. Like Tausch is 300 pounds, but he could play point guard. That. Like he's that kind of athlete.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So I don't know that he did that. I don't think that was his best effort throwing out a first pitch.
Are you, Chris Canty, suggesting that he threw the first pitch?
I think he threw the first pitch.
Why would he do that?
He threw it. He didn't want to do a good job. He tanked it.
Why would he tank it? What's the
Because
intent?
Look at what's happened.
Because he's a former professional athlete. He's a champion. If he throws out a great first pitch, he's just checking the box. But if he throws out a terrible first pitch, then all of a sudden it becomes a story. All of a sudden we're talking about it on Unsportsmanlike.
So he saw how much pub my terrible pitch got, and he's like, "Why don't we use this to our
that's
advantage?
a good idea.
I'll
Really
also
good.
have
Too bad
a
you
bad
never
first
thought of
pitch."
that.
That's really a good idea.
That was the conversation on Unsportsmanlike this morning.
You don't get that on a lot of national morning shows.
Giving you credit for something you didn't do. Yes,
being
great.
smarter than I thought. I got some compliments there. I'll be honest. That's better than I thought it would have been. So I'll take that. I got
Certainly better than Twitter.
Yes, indeed, for sure, no doubt about it.
Whoa, Nelly! Boy, that was really nice, especially Evan, who isn't always nice to you.
I'm sure he buried me in other parts of the show if he brought it up twice or three times on his show. But, that was not bad. I thought it would be worse.
I would agree.
Let's check the Facebook comments, shall we?
Okay. Jesse, has anything brought you more joy in the last month?
Should have thrown from the front of the mound like Jesse told you to.
I'll stand on that hill. No.
Man, I love you, Tausch, but that throw had less reach than your pass protection.
Short arms. Yeah, it's probably fair.
Was that Carl Lewis?
No. My ball got
and the Rockets!
The ball got to home plate. It took a different route, but it got to home plate.
Did T throw the 12-6 curve?
I did think about trying to get creative, and I didn't. No.
Looks like your football career didn't prepare you for baseball. That pitch was so short it needed connecting flights to reach home plate.
Well, Milwaukee is doing a whole new thing with their airport. That might be, maybe if I was as smart as Evan led me to believe, maybe that would have been a nice partnership opportunity with the Milwaukee airport with their new connecting, they're doing a whole new terminal, concourse.
Form was there, but might have overthought the release point a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
And lastly, from Michael, if you're playing cricket, that was an amazing
Thank
throw.
you, Michael. Took 6 people, but at least somebody put the positive spin on it that it's cricket. So,
who gave you the idea to call it a cricket pitch?
No, that was me.
That one's yours. That did not come from the academy.
I initially thought this morning I knew that obviously we were going to be discussing this ad nauseum, that I was going to put a neck brace in the thing on. I didn't have a neck brace. I did have a sling from when I did my rotator cuff back in 2010, and I thought, I'm not going to do that. I thought about it, and I didn't because I felt like that'd be kind of lame, so I didn't.
Well, again, we're glad you were a good sport about it. I would like to reiterate, having read some of the comments that did not make the show, I just don't understand why people take such joy in being jerks. I just don't get it. I'll never understand it. I don't understand why that makes them happy. I am a big believer in lifting people up, not pushing them down to push yourself up. I don't understand it. So
now, in fairness, again, I didn't go through all of them. A vast majority were in fun, good spirits.
For sure. I'm glad you added that. Yeah. But the mentality that requires, I don't understand it. I just don't. But I do understand that after you have you could be like Jaden Reed. He had both the collarbone and the foot. You can have the knee and the shoulder done at once, and then we'll trot you back out there. And I can't believe you didn't get the Henry Rowan Gardner. You've never seen the movie where the kid becomes the Cubs pitcher?
No, I think I did, but you don't know him. Isn't that what's the kid's name in the actual movie?
That is the kid's name. That's
Henry
he's
Rowan
Henry.
Gardner?
They're chanting. Yeah, because the manager can't say his name right, and Gary Busey in one of his greatest roles ever, besides Point Break. It's a classic, even though it's the Cubs.
So I remember the movie, and but I guess I haven't watched it in enough detail to know that all of those little minutia points.
Rutabaga, you're in, or whatever he says. Yeah, he can't get his name right.
What else you got? I can see that you're chomping for another one.
Can we admit, like Joe says, that's not a bad ball at all. Nothing wrong with a one-hopper. It was right on line. No issue. Jesse and Wilde better back off on this one.
If it's a throw from the outfield to gun the guy out at the plate, it's a great throw.
Matter of fact, as we're watching, there is a rope down the third base line, I think Durbin, and he threw the long hop because you do that a lot on turf, and he made that throw, and Max said, hey, that looked like your first pitch. And I said, yeah, that's 100% true. So I guess I could have went with that route too, but that wasn't what happened. It was a butcher job. Boop.
That's it for
Who's
Wonelli
21?
today.
Oh, everybody was 21
That's
yesterday.
Durbin. Durbin's 21.
No, everybody was 21 yesterday for the most part.
So who's the guy who told you that's the best one-hop pitch he's ever caught?
He really, that was a really nice gesture. Good empathy by him.
Yes,
very nice.
Agreed.
And I saw my guys, so that there's some Pickler members from Menominee Falls that are Brewers coaches, the third base coach, and I think maybe the pitching coach. They were giving me a little bit of grief, and I thought that was very well deserved. Didn't have any problem with that. Then once we got those seats, felt like every time Chorio was walking by, he was kind of giving me a look like, bro. He didn't say anything, but I felt it. Like, bro.
The good news is he would have laid off that pitch and gotten another walk, which we were always wanting for him to do.
I'm not going to go down that road. I'm going to lift up just like you asked people to lift up. So he would not have swung. He would not have swung at that pitch.
I don't think he would have, no. Hey, don't forget, when you're not making fun of Tausch's first pitch, to tune in to Behind the Bucks, the podcast on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Behind the Bucks brings you exclusive access and untold stories about the greatest stars and moments in Bucks history. You can find Behind the Bucks on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher. We'll wrap things up next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Visit the Milwaukee County Zoo this summer to enjoy so many species of connection. Home to more than 2,200 animals and over 340 species, kids can dig into dinos at the zoo's summer exhibit. At Exploration Dinosaur, presented by Meyer, you'll unearth the past and present and explore prehistoric bones, teeth, and more from mighty dinosaurs like the T-Rex and Triceratops. It's an exciting adventure with life-size dinos and hands-on discoveries. Exploration Dinosaur is open daily now through October 5th. Visit MilwaukeeZoo.org for more information.
Come catch the final battle of the regular season when the Brewers host the Reds Friday, September 26th through Sunday, September 28th. We're celebrating the best fans in the game on Saturday, the 27th at Fan Appreciation Night, presented by Toyota. Plus, if you're one of the first 30,000 fans through the gates, you'll take home a Brewers tumbler giveaway too, presented by Quick Trip. Come close out the regular season with the crew. Get your seats today at brewers.com/tickets.
Hey, it's John McGivern here. You know I love Network Health. One of the reasons is that they're local and they understand how important that is. Their exceptional customer service isn't just words on a page. It's what they do. It's what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
We love the Packers. We bleed green and gold. And every time our team takes the field, well, it's pure football bliss. If only there was a way to experience that blissful winning feeling every day. At Associated Bank, we've got you with 10% off Lambeau concessions and 15% off Pro Shop merch. All when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank. It's how Packers fans keep winning on game day and every day. Associated Bank, Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Looking to heat up a career in HVAC? Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling in Milwaukee is now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Family owned and operated, Dick & Trough offers competitive wages, a 401k match, health insurance benefits, and a winning, positive team culture that sets them apart. This is more than a job. It's a chance to grow with a company that truly values its people. Apply now to become their newest team member at dickandtrough.com. Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling. Come see the difference. Apply at dickandtrough.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Crispy chicken tenders are now at Cousin Subs. Enjoy them with your favorite dipping sauce, or try them in one of our 2 new subs, Classic Crispy Chicken or Bold Buffalo Ranch Crispy Chicken. Both served on our fresh baked bread, made with quality you can taste. But hurry, these crispy favorites are only here for a limited time. Order in store, online, or on the app today. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Are you sick and tired of sad, skimpy, frozen pizzas that lack toppings and flavor? Problem solved. Screamin' Sicilian brings the party to pizza with mountains of whole milk mozzarella, premium meats, and veggies stacked to the sky. No tweaks necessary. Just tons of toppings and amazing flavor. Just bake it, bite it, and let it rip. Mamma mia! Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian. Toppings piled high, screamin' loud, always delicious.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Before we go, Matt LaFleur at the podium before practice this morning, and I know this was a question I got from a few people, that if Reed underwent the foot surgery to repair the Jones fracture, that turned out to be true, even though some people didn't think that was the case, if that would alter the timeline for his comeback and make it slower for him because he also has the collarbone injury. LaFleur said no. I think it will actually help him in the long run. I looked it up. Charles Woodson, when he broke his collarbone, as you remember, he did it in the Super Bowl, so he had a whole offseason to recover. He did it again in 2012. He missed 9 games and then was back for a playoff game.
Yeah, and Rodgers, I think, missed 7 or 8.
7 or 8, yes,
6 or 7.
Exactly. 6, 7.
Yeah.
More than that, actually. So, again, 9, 10 weeks with the bye week in there. We'll see how long Jaden Reed is out. But, again, I don't recommend breaking your collarbone so you have the time to get your foot surgery done, too. But since it did happen, Jaden Reed chose to go that route, and now we'll see what his timeline ends up being from there. All right, Tausch, do you have any other appearances across ESPN Wisconsin today during which your cricket pitch will be brought up?
Yeah, I think I do. I'll say this. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Well, good luck.
Gracias.
With that. That's it for us today. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Have a great day. Enjoy the cricket season. Be good.
Milwaukee. It's your boy Bert Kreischer, the Machine. Woo,